gentlemen. Hope you're all having a wonderful night tonight as we jump scare in the middle of that intro. All right. Now, today we are going to be roasting some of the builds. I think this will be like a biannual thing because we did this 6 months ago or so, even longer, maybe 8 months ago with Richard. We did a roast build series. So we'll try and do this like once every 6 months, which is kind of a fun community engagement sort of thing. But to help me in this roast, we have a few people. Of course, starting out with Logan, sucks at shooting. How's your day going, sir?
Doing pretty well.
Fantastic. We have a lot, so the introductions are going to be short. Bread Doge, how's your night going?
Nigeria,
fantastic. Last time you were on, you did get threatened by a level 4 protection officer, so that was fun. We have Based Miku.
Yeah, I forgot
Richard.
about that.
Yeah, you were on that stream. That was the last time you were on. So I'm sure nothing bad will happen this time. How's your night going, Richard?
Nothing bad ever happens.
Nothing ever happens until it does.
Nothing ever happens.
Yeah. Zorps, how's your night going, sir? Halo champion.
Hi. Yeah, I'm at the Culver's drive-thru right now.
Oh, heck yeah. What are you getting? What's your order? And then can you get
double Culver's Deluxe in a value basket with cheese curds and beef gravy.
Bro, that sounds like heart attack on a platter. Bro. All right. Turbo, how's your night going?
Hello, living the dream.
Living the dream. Oh, sorry, I muted you accidentally. As soon as you talked, just instantly. No. Well, okay, your mic was just a little hot there. Thought Slayer, 240 Bravo, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Excellent, good to hear, sir. Shadow Force, how's your night going?
I'm good, my Segas.
Excellent. West 225. How are you doing in the red light district there? A little upside down.
I'm red. Do you want me to be blue? I can be blue too. Check this shit out.
Oh, blue.
Holy shit! I'm
blue. Blue's way better. There you go. Now I feel more at peace. And then last but not least, we have a full panel tonight. StreamYards only allows 10 people on a stream at once, and we maxed out. So to everybody else who wanted to join, I'm sorry, we're full. Much like our immigration policy should be. That's right. Tiger, how's your night going?
Excellent. I'm blessed.
Fantastic. Good to hear. Let me pull that down to there. All right. So as you guys might have been able to tell from the intro, let me add this to screen. We did have some changes over the last like 48 hours to the tariffs, because we did a whole stream on Monday night about tariffs and how they're going to affect the ammo pricing and optics pricing. And as far as ammo goes, well, that's basically all undone, as there is currently, anyway, a 90-day stay put in place for all of the tariffs, except for one, and that's China. China has now been raised to 125%. So that is, I don't know if that's the highest tariff in the history of the U.S., but it's pretty damn high, especially considering how much we import from China. So you are going to see a price increase across the board on Chinese imports if nothing else changes, right? Which is,
so the SMS laser might get more expensive.
Yeah, well, it literally might. It's funny, we actually have another person in the background, but we actually have too many people on. So we have number 11 sitting in the wings in case somebody cancels out. Yeah. So yeah, nothing is happening. We thought something might have happened with the tariffs, but it turns out nothing happens with the tariffs except for China. So Hollow Sun, we talked with Hollow Sun Josh. He's in the Discord as well. He's all over doing way too much work, but he said that their prices will increase slightly if the tariffs don't go away. And again, it's all in flux. You never know what's going to happen. Trump changes literally on a daily basis what the tariffs are going to be. So
what?
Yeah, literally on a literally on a daily basis. So
you mean
ammo?
He says things that he doesn't mean in order to hopefully get action out of people, so he doesn't have to spend time or money doing real things. No way.
He would never.
No way.
Yeah, it's not like he wrote a book about how he operates. Whether you like that or not, it's just how he chooses to operate. So
did you see someone put the entirety of Art of the Deal through Chat GPT and had them summarize it in 4 points?
Yeah, I have seen that meme floating around. It's like, this is exactly what happened. But I mean, if you were sad, if you were about to jump off of a bridge yesterday because your portfolio dropped like 10 to 12%, well, it's mostly back up today with the biggest jump in the last decade. So, best
There's an
day
aircraft
since
flying
2020.
concerningly low over my house.
Ooh.
What
They
the
have
fuck?
found you, good sir. I hope you survive. Send it. Oh, dear. Send to the dogs. And this is another little story that we've been following along with, but I just thought this was funny. So, Iraq veteran 1488 has been having some very interesting takes as of late. He's been catching some flack, which is very funny. And so, effective immediately after some of his previous tweets, he says, effective immediately, I am no longer affiliated with gun owners, which is another Second Amendment group that doesn't really do all that much. There's a lot of them that try to never touch like a NFA case or anything else like that. They take a lot of money in terms of donations, but then they don't actually do a whole lot. And they disagreed with some of Iraq veteran 1488's points. So Billy Bob was saying, you got to knock off the anti-Semitism, man. I used to love your content, but lately you've been going off. Oh, shoot. Let me pull this up. Sorry. You got to knock off the anti-Semitism, man. I used to love your content, but lately you've been going off the deep end. Blanket statements about a group of people, any group of people, is poor form. And then Iraq veteran just responds, no.
I mean, that's been
That's good. And so he has had his awakening, some could say. What's funny, I've also been, we've chatted about Better Way 2A, which if you're not familiar with Better Way 2A, they are communists, losers. Anyways, but again, they're trying to dunk on him, but I think that this just makes them look worse. All right, now let's get to the actual build roasting. And let's start out with the first one, which is actually mine, but not really mine. This one I've gotten so many questions about. This is the Jonathan Picone special, the Glimmerman rifle. So this is his rifle that he sent out to me to do some testing with. It is quite an odd little guy, but let me run through some of the parts list for you here. I have to write them down. It's a Delton 20-inch 1-9 twist upper, but it has the PNS contract rail, so it's basically a Knight's clone quad rail on the front. We have a Russian PU scope, which is the Mosin scope. That is, somehow he got rings that work on it, and then he put those on risers to make it work on an AR-15. Up front, we have the Russian purse clone, and then we have a Surefire light on the bottom. In the back, we have a A1 length stock, which is a little shorter, and I just put a Geisley Super 42 spring in that. So it is a bit of an odd build, I would say. What do you guys
Very
think about
odd.
this to start
That
off?
scope
kind
sounds like
of-
it's miserable to use.
I kind of fuck with it because the PU scope gives it almost kind of a Fallout vibe. Like if it wasn't for the
does.
laser unit, and if you made the flashlight like one of the old Surefires, like the 952, I believe, like one of the chunkier
Mhm.
ones, it would kind of have a bit of a Fallout New Vegas vibe to it. I kind of fuck with it.
Yeah, it's a strange
little
mix of
apocalypse-y.
American and Russian parts. Yeah, exactly. It's also all wrapped and painted. I've never used wraps before in a
Yeah.
rifle. I think it's fine. The scope actually isn't bad, Logan. So
Really?
the scope
I would love to
has
try
about the
that.
same. It has about the same eye relief as the TA11, which is the 3.5x ACOG.
Okay.
It does
Not
look
bad.
like you're looking
I mean,
through
yeah, that makes-
a toilet paper roll, but it's pretty forgiving. Now, the worst part about it to me is that the reticle on the inside actually bounces when you pull the trigger, just because of whatever springs that are holding. Like it
That's
literally just bounces like that. It holds 0 roughly. I've shot it out to like 300-400 yards, so it holds 0, but it just kind of bounces, and the entire reticle is just a thick, like human-sized post with a tip. So that is all. That is your entire aiming solution. It is not particularly forgiving.
My main
Yeah,
question
I mean, the
was
whole
gonna.
thing was just,
My question was
sorry,
gonna.
sorry, is the whole
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry.
The
Well, yeah, saying the whole thing was designed to like you set it at a range and either shoot that range and in, or you just adjust it to the range you're shooting at, not really holding.
Well, so
over
with a
much.
20-inch rifle, I haven't had to use the turret. So the turret up top is just there's no clicks either. It just spins and it has numbers on it.
Yeah.
So you literally just spin it to where you think it should go, and then that's how you do it. So
Hand of Stalin will keep 0. Don't worry, comrade.
right. And I mean, if you think
The
it was
invisible
designed
hand of the
for
market.
50 by 54, so I mean 300 yards and in, you don't really need any drop, and then beyond, then there is actually a way to use math calculations to figure out your drop using the reticle, but it's like even more autistic than like a mill scope. It's its own thing. But again, now the one thing I do like about it is that it's incredibly simple. It is a tube of steel with glass in it, right? So in terms of durability, like the mount is janky, but the optic itself is pretty bulletproof, which is why they still exist 60, 70 years later, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think all you'd have to do is like maybe is there room for the rear sight to scooch back and like get it to where you have a ring on either side of the turrets instead of it all being up front?
I think it's possible, but I think the front might actually be a different diameter than the back. So you have to find a special set of rings for the scope. I wouldn't personally, this is way too much effort for me to get like a Russian scope mounted up to my AR when I could use literally anything else, right?
Yeah.
But
fair.
for the specific build, it's pretty vibey.
Yeah.
I enjoy shooting it. It's fun. 20-inch rifle length system. It's heavy, so it shoots really well. It's just the scope is kind of strange.
Is this like the first Taliban pickup clone gun?
All right. Now we can get to the.
Yeah, that's the gun you get in a campaign mission of Call of Duty.
Does a front sight post block the reticle a bunch? Because it looks like it's straight in line, like it's absolute.
It is straight in line. You don't notice it at all. It's like if you've ever used an LPVO on higher power with a front sight block, it doesn't. It's barely there. Like maybe if you try and stare to find it, it's so out of focus that you won't see it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be any worse than an ACOG. The scope's like a 3.5.
No.
So
yeah, it's a 3.5 power.
I wasn't going to say it.
All right. Shoot. Unusual join activity.
Shameless
I'm sure
plug.
Somebody else will get that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So we do have one more guest joining us here, a newbie who has never been on before, Coco.
Oh, how's it going,
hey,
Coco?
Coco.
Hello, Coco.
Every time I see this guy's name, I laugh. Asian Massage Review says, me too. All right, now I got to go.
So
now I
that,
gotta
so
go
that's
all the way back
so that,
to the
ladies
top.
and gentlemen, that is where the VCOG came from. That's the original VCOG.
That's what it looks like, actually.
Yeah.
That's funny. So so what we did for this stream was I set up a new tab in the Discord about where to post your rifle for review or roasting. And as you guys could tell, there was like several, maybe 100, 150 posts in there. So we are not going to be able to get to all of them. So I think we will just go as far as we can. So if you just added yours in there, good luck on getting that actually reviewed. Yeah, Nimda is nimming in public. Please stop doing that. Okay, let's start off with the first one. So SR71 has a 14.5 Pinnerwold carbine, very nice. Criterion core, excellent. With a extended A2 flash hider, which is temporary until you can get a Rearden R2C. Bearden MCMR and upper BCM buffer tube, not that it matters. With the although it is the no, it's just standard buffer tube. Okay, micro breast chrome line BCG, all good. Griffin Mark II lower, that's fine. MB2S trigger, some people's favorite trigger. And then kind of the budget wombo combo, you have a Sig Romeo 5 and their micro 3X magnifier, which is a pretty standardish build. I know you guys really like, or Logan, you love the MB2S trigger, right?
Absolutely. Best trigger ever made.
Yeah. $99 usually. Now, the one thing that I do like about the Griffin Mark II is that if you guys can see that, it is ambidextrous, which is cool.
Yeah.
BCM rail, which is fine. It's honestly, I don't have any problem with this build other than
it just needs a light.
Yeah, wear flashlight.
Well, see, it needs a light, but it's pretty basic. I mean,
Yeah, like
that was going to be my next point. Yeah, wear light. Other than that, it's a completely functional setup with a decent
Can't go
lower,
wrong.
good trigger. Criterion makes a good barrel as well. So if you do want to suppress this in the future, going to have good results there. I'm going to give that the thumbs up of approval. There you go. All right, now we have an auger. John Shepard, one of the most base names out there. Now, however, I do like the setup. So we have a Romeo 8T on top with a EOTech magnifier right behind it. Romeo 8T, one of my favorite red dots out there. Kind of a heavy build, but I mean, you're not running NVGs or anything else like this in a really short, compact package. What is that light? We have a Corvus Defense foregrip rail, pick rail.
Looks like some flavor of Surefire Turbo.
Yeah, so and it also has a enhanced trigger kit on it because I don't know about you guys. I don't particularly love AUGs. Like they're okay. I don't think I would ever personally buy one. I've shot a few. I've shot one in 300 Blackout. I've shot one in 5.56. The triggers are really bad unless you get work done to them. As far as ergonomics go, again, they're kind of okay. This guy does have some work done to the trigger, so I'm sure it's fine. But shooting a stock AUG trigger, I'm like, I don't know why I would ever choose this over something else. Even like a Tavor is better. But
well, it was fallen in Black Ops 1.
Right. I am curious, though.
Yeah.
Was the trigger as bad as everyone on the internet made it out to be, in your opinion?
It's like 10 to 12 pounds, and it feels like pulling 2 Glock triggers at the same time.
Yeah, it is.
That's
a bit
what
heavy.
it feels like.
I have run an AUG quite a bit. I don't have a functional one right now because most of my stuff I have torn apart for other projects. This is objectively the only way to set up the AUG properly. That the foregrip and light combo, that is the correct way to do it. There's no other way to add a light on there. The Australian service rifle, the F90, is basically a modernized version. It's got a beefier front end in front of the trigger, and it's actually designed to be. If you look at it, you can kind of see. I have a stock, but I can't touch it. Basically, they modernized it and set it up in a way where you can actually run modern optic systems on it better than the original AUG. I'll stop spurting now.
No. That's why you're on. You can get one from Lithgow
about
Arms.
the
Apparently.
It's weird to see the AUG not in its weird green.
Yeah, I was about to say you could get
green.
them from Lithgow if they weren't gay as shit and decided to not import them after mass shooting happened.
Bro, look at that. Underworld launcher on one of those. Go back.
Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is what we could have gotten if
interesting.
Christchurch hadn't have happened.
That's the Ghost Recon Wildlands build.
It's also a pound lighter than the AUG.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
It is substantially lighter.
Another cool thing that we can't get in the U.S. Darn it. Well, back to John's build. I am going to give you the pride flag of shame. Although I do like it. It's actually pretty good. All right. Hey, Jake. Is Jake still on here? Or did he get it?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. So here we have the first poor build on here. We have a PSA Freedom 16-inch upper, Anderson lower, PSA lower parts kit, Radiant Raptor charging handle, which is good. Magpul stock.
Out
it's
on the charging handle.
CTR stock. Yeah. The Surefire light, which is more expensive than every other component mentioned so far. Primary arms SLX 1-6, which is actually fine in an Aero ultralight mount. When they go out of business, that's going to be worth some money. So you got to hold on to that. Yeah, hold on to that. So, I mean, listen, the rifle's going to work until it doesn't. I don't love the rail. The internal parts are all suspect. The barrel's also probably going to be overgassed. The light and the optic are good, though. So, with a couple upgrades, I think it's a better rifle. But,
Can I say something about this one, John?
Go for it. Well, Jake, this is your build. You can.
Yeah, I think whoever owns this is trash and poor and should probably self-delete. Also,
well, Randy says it's like putting rims on a Ford Fiesta. Yeah.
So
not a good.
I mean, I got some of those things from people secondhand, so that's why I have some stuff on there that's like not necessarily, it doesn't really fit the build, like the Surefire. But I will say that it is a 1.5 MOA gun with 55 grain Winchester, so that's all right.
That's impressive.
Yeah, no, I've had some people have had good luck with PSA parts. I'm just not that guy, right? I had the opposite luck. I had good luck with some Bear Creek Arsenal parts, whereas some people just have horror story after horror story. So, yeah, Matthew, who else is excited for 30 plus 16-inch rifles with LPVOs? Hopefully not too many.
You can tell.
There's
curious.
Not a ton of LPVOs in this.
Yeah, this is a LPVO hater. Jake, what
I know
reticle
at
did
least
you get in your LPVO?
LPV over is not welcome.
It's got the chevron. I can't remember what it's called. It's the primary
so it's
arms
not
field.
the ACSS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Oh, here we go.
Is the Radiant Raptor inspired by watching T-Rex arms? You're like, I have a PSA rifle, but I'm gonna make it better by putting a better charging handle on it.
No, honestly, I bought it because I thought it was on ridiculous sale, but I'm dyslexic, so I read the price tag wrong and paid full price.
Squirtle.
That's amazing.
It
All right,
happens.
so now we have Church with the Munition Works Fixie, which is Munition Works Dane out of there. Good guy. If you're looking for somebody to build an AR that's very high quality, really good quality control, decent parts, decent price, Munition Works is a good way to go. This is the Fixie rifle, so we have a front sight block, which is cool. We have a 2-piece Midwest Industries rail, which is also good. We have the TA, the 4X ACOG with the front RMR mount, which is actually better. It is battery powered, not fiber optic, but it works really well. It's more ergonomic for NBGs and stuff like that. So I actually like that setup quite a bit. And then we have some sort of Surefire light on there, some sling. I'm not sure which one. He probably mentions it. Centurion 16-inch barrel. Oh, okay, so no, that's the Centurion handguard. So Centurion 16-inch barrel and handguard, Schmid 2-stage trigger, very good. Radiant charging handle, Arasaka light, TA02 ACOG with the LaRue mount, and a Holosun 507 on top.
After the
that
tariff,
is a sorry, go ahead.
Solid.
After the tariffs hit, the Holosun is going to be the same exact price as the ACOG.
Big money.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
or get the
125%
Trigicon.
time. Yeah, you don't got money for Trigicon. So if prices actually did increase by 125%, you'd be looking at. Or sorry, I did that wrong.
Too much.
330 times 2.25 is 750.
Yeah.
Yeesh. What a deal.
Brother, that's rough. But that's probably not going to happen. I think prices will increase slightly. Oh, okay, so now we get into the really cringe stuff. Actually, Church, that is a good build. So I have to give you the like of shame or the like of
The like of shame.
That's a good build. All right, Lucifer has a Arrow EPC 9 again. Hold on to that. Don't get rid of that because that is going to be worth some money someday.
I like these.
All right. I kind of do as well. I have an EPC 9 lower at home. It's actually SBR'd, so it's never going to anyone else ever. We have a 8.3-inch BA barrel, 7.5-inch rail. I don't like the Aero Precision rails, the R1 and S1 rails, but because it's on a PCC, it literally doesn't matter. Faxon Gen 2 bolt. I don't know. Why would you just go with the EPC 9 bolt? Although they were impossible to find for a while, so that might actually make sense. The PDW brace, DNT super safety. Ooh.
Hell yeah.
That's got to
Well,
be
that
wild.
does negate out of battery detonations, so.
Yeah. And then we have Deer 23 Threat Protector, Romeo 3X. Romeo 3X? Is that what that is? Oh, no, 3X magnifier, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Holosun 512C.
Yeah, it's the
That's what I
Juliet
was
3X.
thinking. So,
I
I don't
like
know why you would need a magnifier on it, but other than that, for a hilariously fun build that's also cheap to shoot, like it's pretty slick. I would run this in competition, not with the super safety, but I would.
I was gonna
totally
say I
run
don't
it.
think
Yeah,
it's
because
probably
that would
that
not be
cheap.
allowed.
No,
Probably not that cheap.
you
to
would
shoot
do
with the
that,
super
and then
safety.
you get asked to stop immediately. Yeah.
Me clearing the plate rack. Whoops.
Yeah, off the map. All right, hey, Bread
Oh,
Doge.
God.
Actually, I got to give this. This is a 100 for sure because I do like that. It's Mimi, but I need to build another PCC. I have some radial delay parts that I need to throw into one, so I'll be building out another one soon. They're also half the cost to shoot, so if that's a consideration for you.
Yeah, I did a stupid and posted both rifle and kit, but yeah, this
Oh,
is
it's fine.
Yeah, this is a Militia Works upper. I forget the exact particulars of it. I know it's got a mid-length modern profile barrel, a Midwest, I believe they call it the combat rail.
Yep.
A slate black accoutrement on the M-lock slots with the rail coverage, the grip, and the hand stop. I've got that on there. It's just a placeholder. An old M600U with the whatever the clicky tail cap with the port is. The plain tape switch, a primary arms Windows 6 ACSS, and an Arrow ultralight mount. How inventive! All
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
on a
say you're
stag
copy and
arms
pasting.
lower.
Come on.
Yeah, bro, get your own thing.
Stag arms lower. Oh, I've also guess what? How now? Radiant Raptor.
I really want to see it.
EFG Baker Sling. It's a basic bitch AR. It's
Yeah.
a basic of bitch.
Multiple horde whips.
Work. They work. You know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like everybody says, like, oh, it's another 16-inch AR with a LPBO on it. It just works.
Yeah, I need to shoot it
Ain't
more
broke,
because
don't-
last time I tried
broke,
shooting
don't fix
it,
it.
I was.
Yeah.
Oh god, I think I'm having a lot of lag. Cause okay, yeah, there we go. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
John Smith
that's
says
the
no
retarded
rip
part of the
buds yet.
kit.
Bro, this looks like
Yeah,
pain.
that's
like
the
back
retarded
pain.
kit. Yeah, I mean,
still the
so
90s?
basically, I've got it set up
Yeah.
where the forward 2 mag pouches have mags. That third darker pouch, that's like actually a M1972 pouch from like fucking Nom.
Okay.
That's got my
Nice.
IFAK in it. I've got a bayonet. I've got a holster. Don't have a gun for the holster yet, but my Glock 19 will fit in it with the TLR7.
That's understandable. Yeah, says that looks great for Vietnam.
Yeah, which
Yeah, I know
and
it's not as cringe as I was expecting yet. So we haven't gotten to the real cringe yet. Maybe we're just saving that.
which
yeah.
canteen
The
And
commie
for those
chest
who don't
rig is
know,
literally
that's-
just 5 minutes into an armor reforger match as NATO.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like
that.
the
No,
most
that's
basic
that's
kit you get.
specifically. Yeah, that's specifically a Type 56
Wait.
SKS chest rig that I've modified
Brad.
with hair ties and
yeah,
Well,
he wants a 1911.
sorry,
Base,
you
base,
said don't
base,
have a
base,
size
yeah,
base.
because
yet,
it fits the
but I'm-
vibe.
But I'm considering no. But I'm considering a Thesis 1911 A1. Unbelievable, a Brazilian.
What?
Actron
I've heard-
1911 to go.
No, they're Turkish. I've heard
Turkish.
they're.
Oh,
I've
okay.
heard they're decent. I
All
don't
They're
right,
not
know.
bad
I've
for
heard-
what they are. I have
I'm not
ones, they're
spending
not bad
like
for the price.
$800.
You get the
Yeah,
nut
I'm
and
not
fancy
spending like
gay
$800
emojis.
just to get a GI 1911.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Gay.
there we go. All right.
800 would be wonderful to get them for that much.
Yeah.
I,
All right.
I would have like 3
yeah.
of them for that price.
Yeah, like
Actually, Senior Krogs, I think, messaged me as well, but we just don't have space for him on here. CQBR, Somali Smacker. Very nice. That's a great name, actually. Dude, that's a good title of a video, the Somali Smacker. Also could mean something else. Chrome Carrier, USGI Bolt, DD-10-3, Cold Hammer Forge. So this is the crane spec barrel, meaning that it's not violently overgassed, so that's good. The CAC RAS rail,
Hell yeah.
mega based. D-Ball 9007, Arisaka 300 with the Surefire tail cap and switch. The Saker 556, which I've never used. Looks cool though.
It's really, really
guys,
nice. I like it.
So,
Having shot
guys
that gun, that can does work
Stage
very
trigger?
well.
Good. Everything else, H2 buffer, which is the correct idea. T2 on a LaRue mount, very nice with the arms number 40 rear side, obviously front sight block, Tango down grips, B5 Bravo, the stock, which I actually really like, and then a Slingster sling.
I like it.
That is,
Solid.
for a 10-3, for a Mach 18, there is basically nothing that I would change or add to that, especially if you're going for like a retro look. That looks cool. I like it.
I think
question.
it's boring.
Can
It
we,
has all the parts you want on it. I don't know what
Yeah.
more you want for that.
can we do one thing though?
What's that?
Can we look up Somali Smacker on
Oh,
Urban,
Urban
Dictionary?
Dictionary.
no.
Oh no.
Trust yourself.
Not on the YouTube stream.
I was gonna say,
Ready for Rumble?
I'm gonna
That
look
didn't-
at that first.
It didn't go well the last time.
So this particular rifle originally had I know Krog's IRL, and I was with him the last time this gun had an ACOG on it at the range, and I watched it print a 5-inch horizontal pattern at 25 yards with no vertical stringing. It was the second time that ACOG broke in a year, and yeah, he sold it and bought a T2.
Good for him.
How did he manage to break an ACOG?
The first time
Probably
it
looked
broke,
at it too long.
the actual etching fell off of the glass inside. Trijicon
That's not good.
What
That's not even
chance
me.
of it actually happening?
Like, was it?
All
Well,
right.
there's your fucking problem.
You're gonna get the brass facts. Hell yeah, on that 10-3. I like that one. Okay, I apologize for this next one. I saw which one this is. I apologize. This is one of our resident rats.
Okay. So
The
Desert
resident
rat.
he,
Let's-
Desert fat.
he
Just-
is He is.
I got his little brother to hold that Glock up.
I can't with the fingers.
Dude,
I
this
can't.
poor kid is gonna be on. He's gonna be on.
Oh,
Look,
I feel
that's
so
a
bad,
rat.
but-
Like, man.
All right,
Gentlemen,
hold
be
on now.
nice.
Now
Oh, no.
he is a younger dude. All right, I think he said he's 19,
Mhm.
and he does have a. He was born with a congenital defect,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why his hands
Wow.
are.
You guys suck for making fun of him.
Oh, okay. So
And he,
okay. So he's not a fat fuck. Damn. Okay, I feel like a piece of shit now.
Oh, I just thought he was like. I thought that was just a baby.
I just know I'm
No,
a
Yeah,
nerd,
no,
and
it
so-
does
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
It does
Baby's
look
first.
like the gun is
Baby's first block.
comically large.
it
Yeah.
does look comically
So-
large for his hands, but no, he's a very good dude. He's in the Discord quite often. Desert Rat, if you guys want to go chat with him.
We
But yeah, he's a
stand
young
Desert
kid.
Rat. He's a good kid.
Yeah,
Yep,
he
he's
is
alright.
good. He hangs out in voice chat. We've talked a lot. So Colt Federal Patrol Carbine with a Geisley rail on it, EXPS3 and G45 magnifier. So a very basic rifle setup, but no problems. Colt these days are a little mystery meat, and his problem solver is a Glock 23C. So a
Into 40.
factory comped 43 or ported 23. So that is actually kind of cool because
Yeah.
one gun I was
Don't
trying
see
to
those
find
much.
for the longest time, was the 17C. I really wanted a 17C. But yeah, there is no build. He just posted it, Desktop, so we're looking at it, okay? Okay,
Yeah.
Desktop.
He
Give the kid a
posted
break.
it. He posted
doing
it in
great.
another one,
Leave him alone.
and I told
Yeah.
him to post it here so that way
Mhm.
everybody could enjoy it together. So
If Desert
Yeah,
Rat
yeah.
lives in Florida, he will never have an issue with getting mosquito bites during a home defense shooting because that compensator is going to delete anything in close proximity.
no, luckily enough, he doesn't
gonna
have to
give
worry about
you-
mosquitoes. He's in Arizona. He actually, if I remember correctly, he is on a reserve in Arizona.
Nice.
They already
All
got
right,
him.
Desert
So maybe-
Rat,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you the messed up thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
'Cause it's thumbs up for that.
Not
Kind of
cool,
have a
man.
question on that.
Hey,
Oh god.
Gotta give him
well,
the
Here's
quantum
the
efficiency
AKA
thumb.
cards.
What's up? What's the question?
Hold, we can't hear.
Zorps,
you.
you're
You're
lagging out bad.
Good
A
question,
man of
Jake.
so few words.
All right, while we're waiting for him, Small Ball for $2 says, I came for the guns and then I stay for the anime girls. Ah, I understand. Yes, we do have a couple hanging around. Thank you very much for the 199. She Sherman for 199 says, how does one enter a GON? Just go to the Discord. I posted the link in there. I know it wasn't working for some of you, but yeah, it should work. If you can't find it, it's one of those things where we already have too many people. We're full. Do
Yeah,
not
we are
come,
full.
as they say.
Build the wall.
Do not come.
Logan Sucks at Shooting is also on this panel. Says we getting late tonight, boys. We were in fact gate and lay. We were gate and lay indeed tonight by like 3 minutes, which was a mix of everybody's fault. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Logan. Late and gay, Avery Simpson for 199. I think, honestly, the later we are, we just grift off of being late so that people can call us gay. I think that's a good idea. Thank you, Avery, for the one.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's a
Sig is in the chat for 199. Says, fortunately for us, our 320s roast themselves. Bang. Very true. I still have to shoot my 320, which I had it checked by one of the guys that works at Sig was talking to me about it, and mine is pre-upgrade, so it will go off when I smack the back. So mine is a bomb waiting to go off. John Smith for 199 says, somebody better check on Hall's son Josh. We will we will monitor his health closely. I think he has backup plans. if
Send a
something
welfare
bad-
check to
Yeah.
Hans and Josh.
Azazel Akira for $5 says, what is Focus's go-to QD for a 9mm PCC? Would a ASR suffice? For 9mm, almost anything will suffice. So pick your favorite mounting system and go with that. Almost everything I do is reared in Plan B. So, with 9mm is pretty low pressure, especially in an AR9 where you have an 8, 10, 12-inch barrel, whatever it is. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, just whatever you feel comfortable with. ASR would be more than fine for 9mm. You're not a precision rifle shooter with that. So it's like, point of impact shift or repeatability. It's not that big of a deal on a PCC. But thank you for that $5.
Yeah. Also, make sure the QD is big enough so it doesn't turn it into a squeeze bore.
Yeah, yeah.
Is my mic working?
That is, yeah, you're back, Jake.
Yes.
That is Mr. Richard Cranium is the Deport Them Miku.
It's Miku herself.
Yeah, it's really her. That's her.
Actually her.
Oh, no.
It's a real picture of Richard.
Mm-hmm. He was funny. Shoot. Yeah, Plan B. No fuss, no muss.
Richard is a beautiful man.
I am retarded. I was saying let's show them my picture, and I had it on mute because my dog's snoring in the background. I'm not trying to give you all a.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, sorry. Boomer moment.
All right, Josh Cranium.
So on to roasting this AK retard.
Yeah, this is one of those builds where I just look at it and I dislike it. So
he
it's a Jack
is
5.56 horse. Go for it.
He is stuck behind enemy lines in California, so he is limited on what he can do with this.
Interesting. All right, well let's look at this. Okay, so we have a CV Life or a cheap Amazon knockoff 1-6 on top or 1-4 on top, and one of those monster mounts. We have one of those uber aggressive angled foregrips that I hate. It looks cool, but these are like all the Chinese knockoff stuff. And then we have a Chinese knockoff light as well.
What on earth?
In a 1-inch offset mount.
Yuck.
The more I look at it, the less I like. Now, the Bawaris rail, is that an airsoft rail or is that a real one?
I think that is a real one because I think he bought it brand new and took
Worst of all, is that a Pro Mag?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
But okay, so this is where I have questions about the build, because does he have it this way, like with the optic all the way forward, because it has to be a fixed stock, so that stock doesn't actually move?
Yes.
And that's why he has the optic all the way forward, because that's like...
Yes, he can't have an adjustable stock. That stock is fixed in place. And that was from what I gathered, that was the where he got the best eye relief.
Yeah, that is true.
He can barely, but that's
It's got Slender Man fingers.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, it's like salad fingers up in here, just trying to touch
it's
things.
even funnier because he's Asian, so he has short arms.
Ah, that is funny. T Swift says Bawaris is absolute dog wiener. You mean dog water? Dog water is the appropriate slur around here.
Yeah, if you look very closely, if you
build is dog water, bro.
Look very closely, you can see where he took an angry beaver to the rail to make it fit.
I wonder when he put that LPV on if he was going giggity giggity, and he was just like, "Yeah, when I lean forward, it's perfect."
Wait. So what is with the 6-inch flash can on it? Is it pin welded or no?
No. He put that on there, and if I'm remembering correctly, this is the one that had copious amounts of red Loctite on there to the point that he basically had to cook it on his stove to get it off.
Oh yes, I remember seeing that. Okay, yeah. Oh my says the Temu AK. Yes, that is what this looks like. And what is that light on there? It's a Purst 4 knockoff. Okay.
Let me look on Amazon and see if I can find that.
He beat the tariffs. That's what matters.
Yeah, he beat the tariffs. I'm gonna give you the Lucas Botkin That's Gay award.
Because it do be.
Thank you, but it's a little strange of a build there. All right.
You know that stock leaves weird marks on your face.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. All these parts, it's like if I could get rid of all of them and just strip it down to a bare AK with
even then,
just a bare AK with iron sights would be
maybe
better.
toss that out too.
And the worst piece of AK furniture, the pistol grip, is the one he kept.
The only thing he didn't change. LARPerator, DD Mark 18. This is the second DD Mark 18 that we've seen. Has the RIS 2 rail on there with a Criterion 10.5 barrel. So actually the way better barrel in there with the Criterion. T2 buffer, which is the longer one with Sprinko Green, A5 tube, with a bootleg adjustable BCG. Nice. EOTech EXPS3 with G33, DD fixed front sight, CAC rear sight. Very nice. Surefire Scout Mini, Griffin Armament M4 SD2. which is actually better than the CAC, if I remember, because the CACs are like, they're really, really heavy. They're designed for like durability, not anything else. So I'm pretty sure the Griffin armaments are actually better than the CACs. LMT Shorty 40 millimeter grenade launcher, which is absolutely hilarious. Yeah.
That is
very practical.
So the problem.
Lightweight
okay,
build.
so grenade launcher aside, I like basically everything on it. The only problem with the grenade launcher is that you literally can no longer reach your light. Unless you have like just crazy thumbs.
Well, if he literally just inverted that, like put it to where it was hanging off the towards the bottom instead of off the top, it would work. But with the way it is right now,
you can reverse that too.
Yeah, unless he can like dislocate his fucking thumb and tentacle it up there to the fucking tail cap. That ain't happening.
Bro is actually SCP-096.
Yeah.
I think he either put it on there for the memes, the grenade launcher, or he just doesn't shoot the gun.
Well, Larperator has like I think he said himself like 99 guns. He's like working on getting 100th. Like the dude's rich as fuck. He like worked for the feds or something.
Ooh.
Well, can you put the grenade launcher on the side rail?
Oh God!
I suppose you technically could.
I would put that on the outside rail so that you can get your thumb up.
Well, no, you put 4 of them. It's a quad rail for a reason.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
I did just pin the Discord link in chat, so everybody's asking for it. If you want it, check it out.
We just got to.
If not, if you can't figure it out, then we probably don't want you. All right, but Larperator, I like the build except for that, so I'm going to give you the Chama stone face. Ralph Cox, great name.
Hold up, you need to bring. Yeah, you need to bring it back up. Bring it up, Jamie.
Sorry, I gave you the Chama. Ralph Cox, Amy RH25, which is the so he has a fusion setup. I've used the RH25 a little bit. It's $3,500 unit and an L3 PVS 14 on a CAC bridge. I've never tried a fusion setup though. That is the one thing that I should have done when I had the Infrared RH25 is I should have tried that with a PVS 14 to see if it would work for me. So it does sound interesting.
And it makes it look like you have duals at least.
Yeah, well, I mean, some people like the bridge setup more, the fusion setup more. I personally kind of like monoculars more than binos just because it's way less weight in terms of actually using the thing, like walking around all night with it. Despop says fusion is the only way to go. I want to get one of the really cool units where it puts both in one. That's what I want.
Well, cool. Like a awesome. Cody clip.
Well, where it does the thermal overlay on the same screen as the PVS 14, so it's all in one image, right? So you have like the heat overlay on top. That's what I want. Like they have on the Apache gunships or whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like
that
Predator
shit is like
Vision,
straight out of a video game. It's absurd.
Don't get excited, Grantham. Not that Predator Vision. Not that Predator Vision. Right.
Let me see your
So the rifle we have a the rifle we have a 10.5 Rainier arms barrel. I'm not sure who makes that. A BCM Keymod MR9 Velos 556 8.T2. That's like the T2s are winning out in terms of optics on a Unity Fast. Paul, not my thing. Now the one thing that I'm curious about is you spent all the money on the helmet and the thermal setup, and so your active aiming setup is a Holosun LE117 IR and a Surefire Vampire. Surely there would be a better combo than that.
I am curious. Does anybody here
does everything?
Like, has anyone here compared the Vampire's output to the LS321's output side by side? Because the LS321, like, I can understand it if this was like pre-Iris and pre-like SMS laser, because the illuminator on the Iris is like completely like functionless.
Wait, on the Iris or the 321?
The 321, excuse me.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree. Now that the SMS laser is out, like I used to have the 321 on my website, but I don't put it up there anymore. I think it's a worthless unit. Like I wouldn't buy one anymore because it's the SMS is quirky.
on
but
a
it's so much
moonless
better
night,
in terms of raw
the
performance.
LS321 was like barely like noticeable on a 50-yard burn under night vision.
It's just not good. And there are now more options that aren't that much more money or even much less money that give you actual illumination power at distance, right? So the M6TR is good for right around $1,000. That gives you basically full power illumination. The SMS laser's $250 and also gives you white light capability. That's not terrible, unlike the Holosun Raid. So I mean, in a all-in-one unit, it's like 8 ounces, and you can still run it with a backup white light if you want. So I do like the SMS laser, especially after they made improvements to it. So I think it's the best budget option on the market. The 321, or really anything other than the Iris, I wouldn't buy from Holosun.
Agreed.
Yeah. So and the 117 IR, so IR laser only, Surefire Vampire technically does everything you need it to do, but like it's a very compromised setup. Geisley SDE trigger and the fast flared magwell on an arrow lower. So again, hold on to that, boy. So yeah, you spent all the money on the bridge setup, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I will give you the let's see, I will give you a like.
That definitely needs the hop PTSD because of that setup.
The hop PTSD.
Yes. Yeah, he's run similar with the Vampire Head. So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of all of his videos on that setup because I was looking at different things like, could I do this and this, and that's only like $400. But yeah, all of his videos on that stuff, I was like, yeah, maybe that is a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, he's got a Miprolite foreskin.
Yeah.
What the?
So this is moving on to M3 Lees. We have a Romy G kit in a AKU 94 bullpup kit. WBP railed gas tube, which is a good way to mount optics on an AK, and probably the only way to do it on a bullpup AK.
Yeah.
The Meprolite foreskin, or foresight as they call it. Echo 93 3-prong flash hider, cheap SMS knockoff IR laser unit, which is actually pretty decent. That's the one that no, actually that's the worst one. That's terrible. Don't buy that one. That one's awful. Only the newest one is worth looking at. Using a Type 56 chest rig. Wow.
The tattoo, it completes it.
Yeah, that's actually funny.
Tattoo needs to be bullpup?
Bro, so
Wow.
I've never tried one of those Meprolite optics. Yeah, it's a bullpup kit, so it's a functional bullpup rifle with a Meprolite optic. I've never used it, as in it technically works with the worst possible SMS, the old Amazon special illuminator. Those are terrible. So
man, that looks hideous.
The Groza.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's
all I
like,
gotta say is
actually, wait a second. How do you actuate the trigger or the safety? Sorry.
It might have a stick on the pistol grip.
You have to come all the way back off the grip to
use your
actuate
chin.
the safety and then go.
You could probably use your tongue.
Yeah, you give it the old reach
Finger
around.
is safety competent.
I would imagine it probably has like an AR style safety back, like up on the pistol grip. That would make sense.
A lefty could use their nose.
How would something all the way up there actuate the safety, which is a
well, it would
bar
block
in the
you
back
from
to
actually
raise
being
it
able
up?
to pull the trigger. It wouldn't lock out the actual trigger mechanism. It would just
it's probably
keep you
second
from pulling
safety.
the trigger.
Okay, so you'd have a secondary safety on the trigger,
Yeah.
but your
yeah,
actual
that's
safety.
similar.
Part of me
to like
wants to hope that that's like
Actually-
a bungee and he's using this one-handed.
He only has
Also,
one.
I hope your girlfriend is not left-handed because you're gonna have to pay for her dental work when that charging handle blows.
Ooh,
for
I didn't
$2.
even think about that. Yeah, those shell casings come out at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Yeah, that would be rough.
that you are about to experience maximum scar charging handle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
you're
too,
about
yeah.
to get the
Not-
LAD5 treatment.
Not
Actually
anymore.
trying
You're
to-
not. This is my safety.
being represented,
So
supporting Israel.
So the way he's
Great.
holding it is wrong. So your right arm would be right next to the charging handle, which I don't like, and then your left hand would be right next to it. So it'd be like this. So I don't. Yeah, that's a no from me, dog. So what are we going to give you? We are going to give you the deport them Miku.
Send it back
What
to
about the
Russia.
Israel flag?
Yeah, send it
You
back.
should be.
Send it back.
Send it back to
Keep it on.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, give him the
No,
Nimmer.
well, not even Kazakhstan. This is like Uzbekistan.
Yeah, he deserves the Nimmer
Where's
star.
where's the Nimmer star? Oh, okay. Is it down here somewhere?
Yeah, the gold star.
There it
right
is.
there.
Boom. Nimmer. Yep. The Nimmer star. Speaking of Nimmers, head Nimda on campus says, "Allow me to submit." Fair enough.
Ban
14 and a half
him.
inch. Yeah, ban. Actually, yeah, just straight up delete this. I'm not even looking at this. Where is it? Delete this message. All right, so we have a 14 and a half inch SIG 516 upper, which I do enjoy. I do have to admit that I do like the 516 quite a bit. On a Ruger AR 5.56 lower, that's so funny that you have another. You have another another piston lower on that 516 with an LWRC Legacy M6 bolt carrier group, which is a good bolt carrier group. Streamlight ProTac HLX, horrible naming convention, but it's also the laser version. I'm pretty sure that's the laser version of that, so that's extra Nimmer.
Yeah.
Those things
That's
are
straight
gigantic.
Nimmer material right
Those
there.
are so bad. I accidentally.
This is a
That
lot of
is
nimming.
huge. Yeah, this is a lot of nimming in one image. It's got a rare breed FR15, which is cool. Totally, if it is the actual rare breed, that's cool. They work really well. This one here has the Tommy Triggers 3-position upgrade, which is needed. So you actually have the full 3 positions. That's actually cool. Way before Delta Team Tactical and the Super Safety, whatever. True, the original. Magpul Furniture, Mystery Meat Extended Charging Handle. Mystery Meat, huh? And a Primary Arms 1X Micro Prism in Gween. All right. Well, if you have a really bad stigmatism, hey, look, you broke the same drone I did. That's actually funny. Although I also see a Shadow Systems over here in the corner, so you're going to lose points for that. But I do like the 516. I do like the 516. What mag is that? Is that the Daniel Defense mag? 32.
I believe so. Looks like it.
32.
Yeah, where it's like holds an extra 2 rounds or whatever.
Yeah, it is the laser version. I was thinking that.
I think it's 32, so they can load it to 30 and have it be able to shove in on a closed bolt.
Yeah, something like that. But honestly, if Nimda handed me this, the only thing that I would change is going to be the light. I would just swap out to either the HLX Pro or the standard HLX. There's no reason to have the laser version on there. That's just ridiculous. The huge vertical foregrip, also not really my thing, but the 1X Micro Prism, I don't mind them. If you have a if you have a stigmatism, they're not bad for you. That totally does not spell out a word. YouTube. That does
random
not.
letters.
It's fun.
Honestly,
random
I hate
letters.
that rifle. I hate that rifle because Nimda posted it.
Oh, okay. All right. Does anybody else on the 10-person panel? Do you guys like 516s or 416s?
Haven't had the
Gay.
I
the
have
force
never
shot
seen
yet.
it.
I'll
It's
shot
gay
one.
because Nimda posted it.
Any piston system that involves stroking is kind of gay. Long stroke, short stroke, they're both gay.
Pistons are
Yeah, I mean, it sounds pretty sus. You have to stroke your gun. What was it that when when we had Ivan and Fudbusters on
Pump shotguns, you have to jerk off your gun.
You have to
you have to jerk off your gun.
Me and my American 2000 be like,
Nimda has a stigmatism. Oh.
So here's the thing.
Literally everyone talked at once. That was awesome.
If this is Nimda's, correct?
Yes.
Where's the police case number?
Is
this the one you shot the woman with?
No. That was the AK.
That was the AK. Yeah. Nimda does have a higher CONUS kill count than Matt Pranka. Just to be clear.
What is
That's crazy.
Is Nimda like a cop or something?
No.
No, Nimda is black. I didn't do that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. All right. Wes, actually, good guy. He was trying to hang out with us, but his setup wasn't quite working. I don't think he's here anymore. Rifle, Geisley Super Duty, 11.5 based. IWI Zion lower, immediately crossing out the based Geisley Super Duty. OCL, Polonium, good. Paulson, Iris. Yeah. He does have the Iris, though. The Iris is good. And I wish that they would actually have them in stock so I could buy them. But it looks like they're still gonna have problems doing that. Mod Light PLH 5K with the Arasaka adapter, Arasaka finger stopper, Romeo 4T Pro, and a PA3X magnifier. The Spur RDF mount, which is a wacky mount, which we'll talk about in just a second. Bootleg adjustable gas block because you watch Brass Facts. Raptor SD. LaRue MB2S, good trigger. Reptilia grip, Super 42 plus H3. Nice. Man, you are doing all of it. You have a Radiant Raptor SD charging handle, bootleg adjustable gas block. You got a Super 42 plus H3 buffer in there. You are trying to tame that thing down because the OCLs, the Otter Creek Labs cans, they are high back pressure.
All the blowback.
Having shot that gun, still gassy. Still will make you cry after a full magazine.
That's too bad. And he shows his kits in there, which we're not as interested in, but he does have his cat, which is named Charlie, 20 years old and a fat ass freeloading POS.
What a good boy.
That is a very old kitty.
That's a very old kitty.
Okay, so
that is a damn old cat.
The Spur mount. This is one of those. So it's a flip to center mount, which I know some of you guys like. It's the Skyscraper 2.26. And is this the one where you can also?
Yep, you can pull the magnifier off the back. Yep,
I believe so. Yeah,
and it's also got that weird.
Yeah, that's the one they had at SHOT Show. That thing seemed neat.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. The one thing that so I don't like the super tall risers, but if you're trying to balance out your rifle and put the IR unit towards the back, right? I think that is a viable option if you're trying to pull that weight off the muzzle. Because having all that stuff at the end of your gun can be a pain. The only thing that the rifle is currently missing is a light of some sort. You have the iris, but there's no actual white light.
It's got a Surefire on the floor side.
Oh, is it? Oh no, he did say that. Yeah. You have the mod light on the other side. Also another one that kind of they had a meltdown a couple years ago, didn't they, with the whole Lucas Botkin thing?
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
So yes.
Yeah. All right,
I will say, that Spur mount
than the
is
IWI
really
lower.
Not bad.
I think we're having a lot of massive
tags on there. Yeah, we might need to lock the channel. How do I lock the channel?
Just delete.
Those were there before you
delete
started
channel.
streaming. Those have been there all day.
How do I
edit? I think it's probably edit channel. You probably got to edit the perms.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, is anyone else having connection issues? Because my internet is being very bad.
Yeah. Make it a private channel. There we go. Boom. All right. Sorry, homies. We're done.
It is very much.
Okay, so Wes actually just commented. Wes for $5 says on the RDF mounts, they just released these all the way down to 1.53 height. They also flip to side and center. Okay, cool. Yeah. Nice. Thank you for the $5, Wes. And yeah, I like everything on that except for the IWI lower. I don't know why you would use that lower unless it was like on a deal or something like that. All right. Moving on. Oh wait, no. What do we rate this? We rate this a.
It's very well thought out, and he's got everything good on there.
Solid.
It's a
7 out of 10.
Very solid.
7 out of 10.
I definitely give it the
the fat JD Vance. The fat JD Vance
Farrow.
Egyptian.
Yes.
That's right. Very nice. Bep has an M&P 15 with the first high magnification scope that we have on here. So this is a true LARPerator kit. We have a M&P 15 upper, lower BCG, BA 18-inch SPR barrel, which is actually a decent barrel. I have that in my SPR at home currently as well. ALG 16-inch handguard, PA 4-16, and a Surefire dual fuel turbo 640. Nice. So the only thing that is missing here is a suppressor. You do have the YHM suppressor mount, which you painted. You should not do that if you plan to put a suppressor on there. That will gum up, and that will not be good. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Everything else, though, the ALG handguard is nice enough. What M&P 15 is completely okay. I do like the BA SPR barrel. Pretty accurate. Very heavy barrel, but it's pretty accurate. 4-16 scope, all good. Offset dot of some sort.
Vortex, it looks like.
Sure.
Yeah, the Vortex.
Yeah, not my favorite, but for like an SPR build, you got the Magpul bipod out front, which is like mediocre, but it's not heavy, so that's kind of what you're doing. I mean, this looks very similar. Actually, I can probably pull up what mine looks like currently.
I will say
it
that
looks
red
very
dot,
similar to mine right now.
that red dot, if you drop that thing, it will shatter. Because one of my buddies at a range day, we were doing bounding drills. He tripped on the gravel and ate the gravel. And his red dot just, it was just a flat plane now. The entire hood assembly was just sheared off into the gravel somewhere.
Jesus.
I had that on a Glock 34 at one point, and the battery exploded out of the top under recoil, and and like sheared the threads on the battery cap, and I had to send it back to Vortex and get a new one. And then I sold it.
Ejected.
Yeah.
It pulled the Yates seat and just said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
So this is harder to see, but this is currently my Bach 12 at home field. It's a Geisley 16.5-inch receiver set, Super Duty receiver set, and I have a $99 BA SPR barrel in there that shoots 1 MOA with the ammo that I'm testing. Suppressor on the front, 2.5 to 15 with a Vector boxy top dot, which is pretty tough. And yeah, so very, very similar setup to what we're seeing with this, just slightly different optic and much better red dot. And that, yeah, if you're not planning on putting a suppressor on there, you can paint it. But if you're planning to put a suppressor on there, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. And put in a MB2S trigger in there. MBT2S
They
trigger
can
in there.
strip the paint off fairly easily enough with a little bit of acetone or.
Let's see here. You get a nice little Doge. A nice little Doge emoji on there.
That's a cheese. That's a cheese.
The cheese. Whatever, homie.
Same difference.
You're dealing with
You're
a
not
retard.
as
You're dealing
versed
with a
in the
retard here.
meme.
Okay, so we've already covered some of these guys' builds. So we got a nice SR15. That's nice on a BCM riser. Is that the one? Man, that's a lot of money in one.
That
picture.
upper's worth more than my car.
Big money.
Yeah, it is actually worth more than my car too. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna move to Turbo Soggy. Turbo.
I am. Yeah. Hello.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so we have a LSA lower, Geisley 2-stage trigger, BCM, BCG, and upper. Nice. CAC dissipator barrel, fantastic. Rifle speed gas block, also a good combo. RC2 mini, like my penis. EXPS3 G33 magnifier. LS. Oh, we have another one of these guys. We have a LS 117 IR, so it's just the IR laser only, and then a Surefire Vampire light on a Airsocket mount, mod light, dual fuel lead mod button, and some kind of Midwest rail. I don't remember which one. That looks like the G4. I don't know if it's the Combat or it's the Slimline or something like that. But we have the 16-inch rifle barrel from CAC with the rifle speed gas block there at the end, which I actually do like quite a bit. It's a good combo, especially if you got a really gassy can like the Surefires, RC2s anyways. Tell me about this IR light setup, because I kind of hate them in theory, but tell me about your experience with them.
So I only really shoot IR like indoors, just 'cause, like where I'm at, I don't have land. I don't have anywhere I can go out and shoot, past 50. So I mean, indoors it works great, but I mean, just like in the backyard messing with it, absolutely garbage. Like past like 50, 60 yards, like anything like far, it just doesn't work. It's definitely not the best, but I mean, it works enough.
And what do you think about cost and weight ratio? If you could do it again, would you do something different?
Oh yeah, I definitely should buy an Iris.
Bro only shoots in his bathroom or his basement. That's funny. Yeah, because I thought about these setups for a little while, but fortunately there were good videos out there that talked me down. And then we have a Mystery Meat $900 NVM 14 on a Spectrum Nightwatch 3/Wilcox mount and Comtac 3s. How does that NVM 14 work for you?
I mean, for my like only night vision experience, it works. It's not like horrible. It's a Gen 2 tube. It's nothing special. It works. That's about it.
That
Well,
eyepiece looks
Where'd you find
miserably small.
I got it was like a drunken eBay purchase one night.
I think that
there you
PU
go.
scope might have had a bigger objective lens than that PVS 14.
Yeah, that does look rough.
It's rough, but it works.
Another AUG. Oh no, this is way worse. So this is LARPerator kit again, but we'll look at this one. So we have a L-can with an acro on it. Damn, that's high roller. Corvus Defensio deflector and mag release, Ratworks trigger upgrade, so that's good. Surefire turbo and a Surefire 3-prong muzzle device with a Pharaoh sling. So, I mean, if you wanted heavy and outdated, put an AUG and an Elcan together. Damn.
Jesus.
And then we have a Surefire turbo on their little scout mount, and then where's the switch at?
So what I think he's got, he's got it up in front of like where his trigger finger would be. So like trigger finger up here, it's up like over here somewhere.
On the other side.
Yeah, it's other side of where the
That's gotta
Velcro
be on
is.
the somewhere.
I ran an AUG like that for a while. He needs to get the rail like the other guy has with the fixed foregrip. It's so much better.
Puts everything underneath. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because that's the one thing with the AUG is you just
he's
don't
already
have that much rail space.
He's already got enough money to that gun. He needs to just put a maul on the side and tape switch it.
Can we add? Okay, we do have room. Okay, Andrew is joining us. How's your night going, Andrew?
Not that bad. Not that bad. How you guys doing?
Doing well.
Good. Just looking through some Discord crunch. So again, I don't hate it for an AUG. Well, actually, no, I took it back. I do hate this for an AUG because having to use an AUG and an Elcan at the same time would probably kill me. So you get the Iraq veteran 1488 grimace of shame. Oh dear, we have a freaking essay here from Oh My. Heavy DMR is a Armalite AR-10T 308 24-inch bull barrel. Damn, what is the weight on that? With a SWFA 3 to 15 by 42 with an FFP mil quad and Leopold Mark IV rings, National Match trigger, Harris bipod with a JP tube. Interesting. So that's this top boy right here. So that's about 15 pounds of paint up there. Probably even more than that, honestly, with a 24-inch bull barrel.
Did he post his RFB as well?
Did he post what, sorry?
Did he post his RFB as well? Because I'm pretty sure he's a big 308 guy.
No, yes, it's I just have to see the 3 on here. So that was the top one.
No,
the SPR. Sorry,
it's a separate post. There's 2 more.
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh. So SPR light DMR. My gosh. So we have a Saturn cut 18-inch 6.5 Grendel medium contour fluted. You're watching a little too much hop with that 6.5 Grendel build. JP Enterprises BCG and bolt, adjustable gas block, Voltar iMod stock, Magpul grip, Seekins 45-degree safety. Man, you are really Rise armament trigger, Bushnell Elite Tactical Hunter scope 3 to 12 by 44 or Loom Mil.FFP. You don't need to copy and paste from the website unless you really want to. And then the
this guy writes
Ultra
way
9
too many
suppressor.
word-based essays for college.
Yeah, there's a lot of words on here. So we have a 18-inch 6.5 Grendel with that. That is a huge suppressor on there. That's massive.
Big boy.
So
that is very large whisper pickle.
That suppressor is meant for all of. It's a dual supposedly. That one's supposed to work for his 308 and for something else. I think he has a 338 as well, and I think that's one suppressor that's supposed to do all of his
right.
all of his larger calibers. I believe.
I wonder how that talking about the big guy again. I wonder how this guy shoots. The 24-inch bull barrel guy. I wonder how that shoots.
Better be good.
So I've shot.
That's like a snipe. That looks like a police sniper rifle, circa like in 1995 or like 2000 something.
Right.
Yeah, the classic.
Have the bipod on there, I would think you'd be shooting them the supine position where you're like back on your, you've got the barrel over your crossed legs on your back.
Oh my claims 0.6 MOA for a 308 gas gun. If true, that's pretty fantastic.
Very big.
True, that's awesome.
Still,
very big. If true.
Well, when are you gonna thread it?
Well, I think it's not supposed to be threaded.
So you can put that chunky suppressor
That's
on.
probably him not having a muzzle device on it is probably why it's 0.6 MOA.
Yeah, because you don't want to thread it if you don't have to. For accuracy
if it wasn't for
reasons.
risk of ruining the accuracy, if you could do like a big like reflex can, like an Allen engineering style, like the ones they put on the M1 tins.
Bro, remember that barrel? That barrel is still 24 inches long, so like it would only come back to like right here.
Yeah,
it's 24 inches,
it would still be an
like
absolute
it's almost an inch
musket.
wide. That is a huge piece of steel.
Yeah, it would still be an
pretty
absolute
sure,
musket of a rifle, but the vibes would be pretty fucking good.
It looks like it's a 0.936 gas block, and then it like necks down a tiny bit to like 0.850. So yeah, it's almost an inch straight out to the end.
Oh, hey,
That's the
trench
base
grenade
on
is in
that.
the chat.
Trench grenade, post build so we can make fun of you. 0.1 MOA, bro. Yeah, true. It's always 0.1 MOA. You wouldn't believe it, sir. One shot group, like literally one hole. Bottom build is Carbine. Spikes Tactical, upper and lower. Daniel Defense 12.5. Not my favorite. Spikes Nickel Boron BCG. Spikes Tactical Bar Rail, which is like a Arrow EP, or not EP, M4 E1 rail or something like that. BCM Mod 4 Charging Handle. Rise Armament Trigger, which apparently he really likes. Vickers Sling, Magpul RVG. Radiant Talent Selectors, some Gearisha, because funny, Guys Super 42 H3, Aimpoint T1 in a LaRue mount. I actually don't see a lot of T1s floating around anymore. EOTech G33, Midwest Industries backup iron sights, M640 with a SR07 and a Banish 556. Actually, that's funny. The Banish 556 on the bottom build here, that's from Silencer Central, and that's like literally just down the road from me. Literally just down the road from me. Yeah.
This guy.
And I think those are the super light, like all aluminum cans.
I think it's
a
titanium
category for the red anodized parts. Immediately F tier.
Well, I mean, we did see his PFP. It's the anime chick or fox thingy. I don't know. There's a song that one of the guys wrote about anime PFP people that we should post sometime. So I mean, there's a good mix here, but I think we're gonna give you the that's a good one. Let's see. Actually, you know what? The Happy Reno. We'll give you a Happy Reno because he lifts a lot of weight, so he would love to run that 24-inch DMR.
But what is forehead?
Yeah. Actually, that's you would need a much taller mount.
Would that be California legal though?
24-inch unthreaded fixed stock.
Yeah.
And if you only
it still has a regular grip. You'd have to be
well, yeah, we'd have to put on. You'd have to put on a fin. You'd have to put on a fin, but yeah, that
get
would
one
be
of the
actually
8R stops from
unthreaded.
Tarkov.
Yeah, or what's the one? No, Hera Tactical. Those aren't the one with the thumb hole. Those are still illegal in California, aren't they?
Yeah, I think thumb holes are illegal.
Yeah. It's incredibly gay.
Kyle really wants to get in here. Sorry, I didn't see your super chats from earlier.
Yeah,
Kyle for $20 says,
Larperator.
"Get me in this motherfucker." All right, Kyle, calm down.
I believe that's
that is Larperator.
Okay, that is Larperator. Fine, I'll send him a quick message. All right, entertain the audience for a second, will you?
Well, how did we? I'll have to dip out then.
Who should we ban? We should ban Zorp because he's muted. So
he's already no, he can't. Yeah, he's not even in here.
No, we've got 10 people.
We're limited.
Stage. That's the problem.
Yeah, we've got 10 people on stage and
I just want to do my rifle, then I can leave.
Oh wait, let me. Sorry, I sent the wrong button, like an idiot. All right, send it there.
Chat real quick
Yeah,
for entertainment.
Glimmerman.
1, if you would rather carry a Nambu. 2, if you'd rather carry a 320. Go.
Ooh.
Tough.
Nambu.
Somebody could.
Like memes aside, I'd probably carry
I'll
a
take the
320.
Nambu so I can. I'll take the Nambu so it can die for the glory of the Emperor.
Do I have to holster one of them?
Pretty resounding win for the Jet.
I work.
All right, so LARP is in here. Mrs. Obama, get down. All right, well,
I'm gonna see the N-word.
Who do we? Shadow Force. I'm gonna put you in the background for a second. Larperator, how's it going?
It's going.
Don't flash a gun on screen again.
That's why he's showing
I don't know what
empty
you're
hands.
talking about.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Shoot. Now I have to go back up. Yeah, hands up, don't shoot. Dear. Do. How's your night going, Larperator?
I ran out of beer, and it's a sad time.
Oh my gosh, bad place to pause there.
Sad boy.
Gosh dang it, we have so many to look at.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Finally. All right. Skullsworth has the Springfield Hellion / VHS2 ACOG, the TA110 with the 3.5 LED illum. I think that's kind of the same one we saw from earlier. The Somo Queer PEC 15. Iris is on a normal gun. Somo Gear mod button. Ouch! You are really just you're cloning all the stuff with the cheap Chinese imports before they go up in price. Arasaka tail caps. center body, surefire vampire, mounted on a T-Rex arms light bar, because you probably need to do that just to get the light away from the body on this thing, because this looks miserable to set up. I'm very glad I did not get sent one of these. T-Rex arm sling, flared mag well and extended mag release, radical defense CS5 with the rugged universal hub. 3-port clip-on currently used for bridge night vision setup. Interesting. Man, there is so much going on in that
looks
picture.
miserable.
I
it
hate
looks like
most
it's from
of it.
Halo 3.
I
This
really
looks
hate
like
it.
something.
Guys, did you guys ever play Halo 5?
Unfortunately,
what mode
yes.
was that? Halo 5, where they had like the packs you could open up for that one specific mode, and you would get like little tweaked versions of some of the guns. This is what that looks like.
It's a really fucked up battle rifle.
Yeah, you get like the battle rifle, but instead of the little red dot thingy they put on there, you get like a high magnification scope. This looks wacky. Like even for a bullpup, this looks wacky.
Should have got an AUG.
This looks like you asked Chat GPT to build you a rifle. And
Right.
This is what it comes up with.
One of those AI image generators where it just spits something out and it's supposed to look like a rifle, but this does look like a joke. Like the grip is literally in the middle of the gun.
Yeah,
Although
if they could just make it, if they could just find a way to give it a shorter length of pull, that would eliminate a lot of its problems. Because
this was the one where they literally made it longer, but not a single human actually needs the length of pull longer. Right? If I remember correctly,
that's as short as it goes. That's as short as it goes.
Yeah.
But you can make it longer if you're like some LeBron James motherfucker.
For me, that vert grip that's 2 inches in front of the regular grip is the most irritating part for me.
That
is trying to replicate a Magwell grip.
So if you are,
I mean, you're already arms stretched way out here to just because the length of pull is length of pull.
You actuate it with your fingers like this, like wrapping around the thing, right? Is that how you would do it? Because I'm right-handed.
No, you've got to stroke your hand back and forth.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
I think what we're learning is don't buy guns from countries that were on the wrong side of World War II genocides. Like that's
yes.
That's,
I don't know about that.
So we can't buy American guns.
Oh no! Anyways, moving on. AGM Sting IR 340 as a clip-on. So wait, is this a digital night vision unit in front of your?
That is
awful. I believe so. Yes.
I hate it. Are you sure it's not a thermal?
I'm looking at it right now. Well, it says Sting IR. So
here's what I really want to know. I need to know this guy's credit score.
Room temperature.
200.
Room temperature.
Data sheet. IR. Okay, so it is a thermal device. So this is a thermal clip-on. Okay. So that's actually you could
not as bad.
use that. Now the thing with that though is that with the ACOG you don't have any diopter, of course. So and it's also 3.5 magnification. So does that screen resolve well under that sort of magnification with an ACOG? No
I'd bet good money that it doesn't.
Yeah. I'll let you know after I pick up my clip-on and I'll try it, see how it works.
Yeah, I mean, because the one thing about this is if you took off the Somo gear, you would actually have enough distance where you could play with how far you put the clip-on to see if you could actually get good resolution out of it. Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, we're just gonna give you the poo of shame. The poo of shame. I'm glad I never got suckered into buying a Hellion or getting one for review. Oh, hey, look, it's Bucky. Bucky has the FN M4 Collector's Carbine, Cat Quad Rail, very nice. The FN 14.7 Cold Hammer Forged Barrel with a A2 birdcage, nice. Streamlight HLX Pro 2, which is a fine light with the I think that might be the 100 Concepts light cover, which is a good light cover.
It's a homemade cap.
It's a homemade
So it's a homemade
Oh, it is a
one.
homemade cap. Okay, very nice. Even better.
So it's probably
Even
better.
Yeah. Aimpoint Pro, backup iron sight, nice. MagTech. Oh wait, no. Aimpoint Pro. Oh, duh. Aimpoint Pro is the optic. Matech backup iron sights. A2 grip. Geisley Posi Lock Ambi selector. PNS contract stock, and a BFG Vickers sling. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
Didn't even get a condom
yeah.
for. Went with the pro.
I mean, that's like a solid
Yeah,
rifle.
I mean-
circa like 2012.
Yeah, I mean, I bought my rifle.
Well, here's the thing.
10 years ago, and I never wanted to change it, and I can respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Also,
I
Bucky
do
is
like
pretty
how it
big.
has the. Yeah, I do like how it has the auto setting on there on the lower. I think that is cool. Even if it's not actually there.
Be cooler if you could put that selector one more position
Yeah.
back.
Be cooler
Be
if
a
it was
lot
a
cooler
Colt.
if you could.
He might have the binary
In there. Oh, or one of the 3-position FRTs. But honestly, this is a build that you can just go out and use. So, like, there are some retro
this is
builds, like some
G-Watt
of the
the
Gordy
build.
carbine stuff. Well, right, but you could actually use this for everything. This could be
Oh,
this
yeah.
could do just about anything you wanted to do. There are some wacky builds out there that are retro builds that just suck.
Oh,
It just suck to
100%.
use. Whereas this
Like,
is like
my Gordy is
you
a
could run this.
painful gun to use. It's like it's so close to being a modern rifle, but but it just misses a lot of the core features that you want.
Right. Yeah. Whereas this has it has a decent light and a red dot on it. Like, what else do you want? You know?
It's a gun.
Yeah, it's a gun. It do gun things. I'll give you another American flag. Very American of you. Oh no, the second AK is hit. This
Clash in the Call.
Okay, that's actually not. This is far better. This is an improvement as far as AK goes. This is better.
yeah, as far as it
aside
can't
from the
be
break,
worse.
it
The,
can't
So-
be
the thing drawing my eye is the bitch pad on the stock.
Yeah.
well, I mean, look at the PFP.
I think that
Look at the bitch pad. Look at the
it's all coming
PFP.
together.
yeah, that might.
Yeah,
that
got you all
might be less
figured
for
out.
recoil. But I was about to say that might be less for recoil
Bruh.
and more for just adding length of pull.
Yeah, I think it is.
Maybe. Really? That doesn't look like a short stock. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. It's
I
got
don't
a
know.
huge
AK stocks are short.
muzzle brake on there too. Me
That's
neither.
the. It
so
says. I
AK
think
guys,
it-
what is this AK? The SAR 1, the Cougar, the Uyghur SAR 1? What is
That's
this?
a Romanian. Romanian.
Okay, so it is Romanian.
That's
All right.
basically
B10 rail, big brake, nice grip on the back. The side
brake
rail
is-
aim point micro mount, which is actually that's probably the best way to get a red dot into that position. Either that or using the rear leaf mounting block where you take off your rear sight and you actually press fit it onto there. That's another good way to do it.
The brake is from PSA. Either that or it's. I don't think it's the JMac. I think it's. The
It says
PSA
Zeneco.
copy.
He says the Zeneco DTK brake.
too.
Which is
PSA
hyper
makes
expensive.
the exact
Zeneco
same.
parts is absolutely a flex, but it's a flex
Yeah.
for a very niche crowd.
It is, and it looks identical to the PSA one that I ordered for a buddy.
But if that makes you happy, God bless America.
Yeah, go for it, homie. Chinese flatback mags, which is close to another one of my favorite words. Streamlight ProTech HLX, which is a light, and a Halson 403R. Nice little setup. That is a AK that does work, and I would never want to shoot or be around somebody while they're shooting it. That brake looks wild. And here we have the oh no, what is this? Is this a
That's
is
a
this
R.
That's a Keltec.
Yeah, that's an.
No,
That's
but
an
the clamp on the
RFB,
end. What is that?
That is the quad
yeah.
rail. That is the Keltec quad rail.
What is it attached to?
The barrel.
And I think
that's
is that an
funny.
enforced WML as well.
Yep.
It looks like it. Okay, let's see. So Celtic RFB, which actually, okay, so I think the RFB is a very affordable 308 bullpup. Although the RDB, is that the other one?
Yeah.
RDB is the 5.56.
I want to get the 5.56 version because the 5.56 version is like $700, and it like actually is like reasonably good for ergonomics. So
Hold up, wait,
EOTech,
I didn't think they were
EXPS.
that cheap.
I looked the other day. The 5.56 versions are like $700, I think.
Yeah,
Victor's
right after
playing-
the Brass Facts video came out, I think someone had them for like $550.
Oh, let me actually check that. I'm actually curious.
Yeah, they're showing MSRP between 750 and 975 for like the different models.
Yes, 710. The 308 versions are 1400. But yeah,
Yeah.
597, 599, 603 for the RDBs. So they are dirt cheap for a bullpup rifle. So, and then you have the Keltec quad rail, which clamps to the barrel. So what would you put on there?
Hopefully not a foregrip.
Yeah.
Bipod, of course.
That's
a light.
Maximum
I guess.
deflection. Smack a bipod on that jit.
Well, I was gonna say for that, what you should do is you should just get something to put on the top, like the SMS laser or something like that, and then just put the tape switch off the side or something.
Then you're
There-
charging handle
Keltec
from the
owner,
way.
you think he has laser money?
There is a real missed opportunity by Keltec here because that is mounted to the barrel. They could have pin and welded it and completely put Mac out of business.
Oh, that is a good point.
Ooh.
And it would have been this would be a service that they charge like $50 for versus like $250.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Although you say that he's poor, but he has like $1,200 in optics sitting on top, so he could
Optic more expensive
he
than
could
the
put
gun.
something else on there.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
same guy who had the AK right above it and the other.
Yeah, and the other stuff as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's got
Oh my.
odd taste.
Yeah.
But I actually think that out of all the builds, this one might actually be nicer than the others in terms of bullpups. This actually might be the best bullpup we've seen, strangely enough.
Get him the
Weird
retarded
hot
Pepe.
take, but okay.
No,
The drooling Pepe.
The
RDB is a fun setup. I love my RDB.
But yeah, you can't have anything
It's
forward
odd,
of
but-
the. You can't have any optics or anything forward of that dot because where the charging handle is,
Yeah.
you run into
Oh my gosh.
anything that you put on there.
It's the shoreline head tapper.
Yes.
Oh,
Holy.
no. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I hate
I
it.
respect
All right, we'll look at that.
the
in a second.
Send
All right.
doesn't have an optic
We
on
got
it
we got
yet.
something to get through real fast. Kyle, who's already on the channel, says, "Get me in this, Bubba. I'm feeling like you talking." Thank you, Kyle, for the
And here
$5.
I
Sorry,
am.
I didn't see those. I did not see those. You sent.
That's okay. I'll just hold a
big enough
grudge
donor for
forever.
those. Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. Kazarian is a new member. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Don't know what it means, but thank you. Hansel Pays for $2 says, any ammo recommendations for my MP5?
9
Anything
mil.
that is-
5.
9 mil.
Well, of
Okay,
course,
for
9 millimeter,
MP5
but
or 9
anything that
millimeter in
is
general, do
not
not buy
aluminum.
ZSR, BPS, or any other Turkish ammunition. Thank you.
Yeah. American manufacturing of some sort. Honestly, Blazer Brass like 124 is pretty decent ammo. It's cheap. Like I got an SD of like 9 off of a random federal red box, like 200 bulk pack. Like I was getting really consistent velocities out of that.
And
As
that's
long as
neat.
it's not steel or aluminum, you should be good. Standard deviation.
That's
You'll probably
the-
find some really cheap ammo ink coming up here pretty soon because they'll be selling off the boxes.
Although I don't really recommend that stuff. If you bought an expensive gun, like a Blazer Brass is $13 a box, $12 a box, whatever it is. Who cares?
Plus,
right?
now it's like
Just
12. 11.
yeah, it's not bad. Nick for $5 says, John, can you help me acquire the new Vector Continental 2-12 with the knockoff Night Force optic, preferably without tariffs? Well, I don't think. Well, actually, that's a good question. I haven't looked at their website. I haven't seen if the price is like jumped up because I know the Night Force ATACR knockoff was $300, so I need to look at that and see if they've already updated their prices.
Sounds like tax evasion, and I'm about it.
Although Vector does have a U.S. warehouse, so they might have U.S. stock that has not gone up in price yet. So that might be something to check if you're looking for that already. Also, Vector also has warehouses all over the country or the world, like in Germany, Canada, places like that. So the odds are that they might ship you something that avoids the tariff entirely because they're just lying on something. Kyle says, did you just call a CAC skyscraper a BCM riser? Well, BCM has the new AT risers. I have one of those. I think they're pretty good, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look at that, Kyle.
It was a CAC riser.
Oh,
and you did call it a BCM riser, and I will forever hold a grudge.
The grudges are adding up. Tuss the Third for $4.99 says, put the total cost /time, long-term desirability, and resale values into a simple Excel pivot table. A lot of these guys would be ready to self-delete. Yeah, I mean,
sounds like something a nerd would say.
Tuss got called a nerd. Oh no, what are you gonna say? But thank you for the $4.99. Yeah, no. Listen, sometimes people just have fun building things. You know, that's just how it goes. Not everything needs to make sense. Like Andrew has a problem. He makes very expensive choices with his life, and you know, if you look into all the time and money he's put into things, like
and then
sometimes it's
compared
a
to
little
how
rough.
low I sell my stuff when I decide to sell it, it's a problem.
Disposable
Well, that's
income.
when you're trying to move stuff fast, you're like, okay, I'm gonna sell this. So I sold my PVS 14 that I had. I didn't know what it was worth because it was blemmed. So I put it up for $1,200. It sold the next day. I was like, oh, I should have asked for more, I guess. But oh well, it's gone now. Josh for $5 says, can I get my rifle the Akiway and forget the Bev never? I don't even know what that means. But thank you for the $5.
Thank you, sir.
That's Gen Alpha speak.
Yeah, I'm too. Apparently now I'm aging out. I'm too old. Josh for $5 says Tiger is incredibly handsome and well mannered. Yeah, I'm always worried every now and again when I have a bunch of people that I haven't talked to all that much on stream, but it's worked out so far and will surely never bite me in the ass later. Oh my for $10 says you will ship on the AK and RFB.
And we did
more on the AK than the RFB, but thank you for the $10. Oh my. I know you've got featured quite a bit in here. Todd and Dogs for $2 says, reminder, only the Germans experienced genocide. That's not true. There were other genocides happening around the world.
Holodomor was not a thing.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, there's lots of things. You have the
Bucky, is that you?
The rape of Van Kang. You have lots of them.
I am a denier of all.
That's Bucky in there right now.
None
Nope,
of them
didn't
were
happen. Noob Actual for $4.99 says, got in real late. Where do we send the bills? Bro, we're only through like 15 out of like 150. There is no way
getting through them all.
to get to your build if you.
When we do get,
but thank you for the $4.99. It's not possible.
When we do get through super chats, Tiger asked if we could get to his because it's getting kind of late and he's got to
go. Yeah, Tiger. Sorry,
East Coast boys.
Which one's your build? We will come back to Funny Man's.
It's the one that says Tiger.
Yeah,
it's
like 10
from
down.
Oh my gosh, I see.
I'm not that far away, to
Enough
be honest
Nuts,
with you.
Atlas, Goldsworth, Small
There you
Ball,
go.
Tiger. Okay, Tiger. Here we
There
go.
it is.
Okay. Well, first glance, it seems pretty reasonable.
That is a rifle.
So we have a BCM.
Thank God I'm
Indeed.
reasonable.
BCM 14.5 upper, bad attitude department, SBR lower. So you went with a 14.5 SBR.
Well, that's just the lower.
For
That's
options?
my favorite lower. That's the nicest.
Oh,
upper on
wait.
it.
The more I look at this, the more I'm noticing things.
Law folder. Okay.
But
Is that a law folder?
It is.
Yeah, that's for when I'm running a shorter barrel. I have other uppers I slap on that.
Oh, okay.
Like
So this is
3.
just
that's just
thrown on
my
here at the
nicest
moment.
one,
Okay,
so I
okay.
put it up there to flex.
I got you. Arrow LPK, Geisley SSAE, which is a very good trigger. Bad lever, EOTech XPS3 with PVS 14, detachable Holosun 3X magnifier, which honestly, if Josh, if you're watching this, if you could just make the Holosun magnifier have the standard bolt pattern, like that would be great. Thank you.
Or
K2
make sure
grip.
I was about to say, or make sure the children that are mounting them to the flip the side things don't over torque the bejesus out of the screws because I stripped mine.
Yeah, you gotta watch those kids with their.
Third.
Gotta watch those kids with their power
What's foot inch pounds? I use Dugga Duggas.
Yeah.
Unga
Dunga.
Dead Air
Continue on,
Sand
sorry.
again, suppressor. Oh, okay. So this is one that I've done.
don't
So I've
roast
actually
my-
held this one before. So
my
flash
Dead
hider
Air.
pin and welded by Focus Trip. So I actually did the pin
Yes,
and weld
you
on
did
this.
that.
Which one did I do?
It's the
What flash hider was it?
the Dead Air one.
Was it the Nox?
No,
Okay, put me on the
Dead
spot.
Air.
Did I do
The
a
Dead
good
Air
job?
flash
on it?
hider. Well, I guess I can't put it on camera, can I? I mean,
No, you can't put it on. But
it was free, right? I mean, I haven't broken the thing
Yeah.
off yet.
So it's an old one.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know if it's old, but
It,
yeah,
it might
sometimes
not
they
have
just
been
don't
a
print,
stack
you know?
of dimes, but it is just a little tack
Yeah, it's
mold.
Magpul ACSS or ACSS. I got primary arms on the mind. Magpul ACS PDW stock.
It's got the
Is that a
compartment
PDW
for
stock?
Skittles. It's not like the
Okay.
normal
Alright.
style PW. I think they call it that though. It's the
Oh,
short
so we
version
have
of
the Sylvan stock adapter. How is the Sylvan folding stock?
I love it.
So
I've
I've
had
never-
it for years, and it's been
Okay.
great. No issues.
And then we have a Surefire Scout and then a Keck 15 lamp. So is that the Somo gear as well?
That's the Somo gear.
Ah, I have a broke Somo gear. I wouldn't want it.
How'd you break it?
Oh, it blew up. It
It just
the
did it
mount
to
cracked
itself.
on it. Yeah.
It go boom.
I was giving it a lot of
Those
credit.
things
Like
wrong and they
it
fall
wasn't the one
apart.
that just stopped working.
No, but I mean, obviously the SBR lower with the folding stock for a shorty probably makes more sense than the 14.5 pin and weld. But other than that, like you got a bad lever on there, good trigger, magnifier if you need it with an EOTech in front. The Somo Gear Peck, I personally don't trust. And you got the older Sandman can, which like everybody used to run these. Everybody. And how much does that thing weigh now? Like 20 ounces?
It's a lot. That thing. But yeah, that was back when that was back before. I feel like an old man when I talk about it because that was back when you had to wait 10 months. Not This was before you children getting your cans in a matter of a week, a couple days.
Back in
wasn't
my
like that
day.
back when I was a boy. When I got my cans.
That's it. That channel was only a year ago.
Have you figured out the perfect fire cadence with how front heavy that gun is, to where you know exactly when to pull the trigger to get the gun perfectly back on target because it's just so front heavy?
Well, the Sylvan adds plenty of weight in the bag for me, and that ACS stock on the other side, it's got that little compartment, which a lot of people think is stupid, but I keep snacks in there, so that can get a little bit more weight.
So,
battery
question for
and
you,
a grab.
how do you like it, and what would you change about it going forward?
I mean, I would like having a 5.56 suppressor would be cool. That's the one I got one back in the day. Obviously I'm gonna be doing for that lower as far as that was concerned. It runs a shorty a lot of the time. It's just not what's on it.
Okay, gotcha.
Probably a higher optic. I want to get. I'm switching to EXPS instead of just the XPS. I like that.
Right, to get that lower 1/3.
Yes.
All
The
right, well, I'm
magnifier.
gonna give...
I don't understand 3x magnifiers because that makes me want a 5 or a 6x, which that just makes me want an LPVO. So I think what I actually just want is not a magnifier.
I've never
right?
used
Because
a 5 or 6 XL magnifier
once
that
you-
literally didn't have an eye box tighter than that.
Yes.
PU
I was
scope.
gonna say,
It's
once you get a 5 or a 6x magnifier, then you're like, wow, this is really painful, but I want the magnification. Then you switch to an LPVO, and you're like, well, now why does this thing weigh a ton? It's
And then you
the
switch to,
optic
like, an
dilemma. It
ACOG,
never
and
changes.
then you're like,
Yeah, and then you go to an
and then
ACOG.
you're back to a red dot, and then round and round we go.
Yep. And then that's how you
Where it stops, nobody
end up
knows.
owning like 10 different rails. Yep. But okay, let's see. What reaction should we give this? We should give this a blue ribbon.
Oh, thanks.
All edge, no
Blue
blue.
ribbon.
It's the T-Rex
Then you
Arms
just-
pedigree for using a BCM and
Yeah.
arrow.
Yep.
Now we're back
Somebody
up
just
to the other
That's
guy.
awkward.
Okay,
I'll,
first I'll test
Oh,
the
sorry.
goat.
I'll free up some space now. I appreciate it. I'm going
Yep,
to
there we
bed.
go.
Slinking
Fine, man.
off here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
get
Have
out
a good
of
night,
here,
man.
gentlemen.
Thanks for hanging out. Reload.
Yeah.
Come on,
Gone
Tiger.
with
Have a good night, bud.
All right, so we got
Okay.
Mr. Funny Man. Decided to take my shot with the AR RPK trend. It has an Arrow M4E1 enhanced upper, placeholder toolcraft BCG until I get the CAC sand cutter with the downward gas vents. Klein Machining 24-inch chrome lined bull barrel,
What?
15-inch Midwest quad rail, Inconel 0.936 gas tube, fixed gas block, cloud rain light, fixed Magpul rifle stock, bad lever, Geisley charging handle, PSA unbranded lower based. I have some really nice stuff sitting on top of PSA lowers, which is always funny. USA Palm, pistol grip, blue alpha gear, 2-point padded quick adjust sling, and a 4140 steel machined super safety to enable those maximum semi-auto fire rates that it's built for. We've got a 5X primary arms prism coming in tomorrow and a bipod next week. There you go. I think the PA 5X prism is actually pretty good if you combo it with the Hero Mod RMR top mount. I think you can get a really clean setup with that. Throwing around the idea of getting a Arm Attack 150 round drum for it as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, maxing that bad boy out. So that, guys,
Good
you're looking
night.
at 14. You're looking at 14 pounds of raw steel naked. Dude, that muzzle device, that looks funky because the barrel is like thicker than the muzzle device.
It is.
That is
funny.
funny.
I'm surprised you don't go for a
But I
grip
mean,
pod.
you got to think about it. That's still like 10 pounds lighter than a saw.
Oh, of course.
So
Yeah.
for its
So-
intended role.
So I've got some
All
shit
right,
to
well-
say about this. All right. So earlier,
Run.
someone had mentioned how I'm at 99 guns and was about to get the 100th. And this, something much like this, was going to be my 100th. I then went and shot a PCC competition with my B&T TP9, hated it, and then I got very pissed off and went and bought a CMMG Banshee with the radial delay, hoopla. So that's my 100th gun. But now this, something like this, is probably going to be my 101st.
Well, this guy's got it rocking because
Yeah,
he's got the
super safety on there.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And I'd probably do
Nice
something
fast
much similar.
Personally, I think the thing that annoys me about the super safeties isn't that like just asking for it to get bumped on or off because it's a crossbolt style.
Not really. In my experience, it's pretty hard to because the center. So you have if you push it all the way over, that's semi. Other way is safe, and the center position is fast, and it's very hard to switch those. It's not easy to bump because it's detented in every single one. So the detent is holding in every single position.
There are plenty of military arms throughout history that have used a crossbolt. For example, the autistic AUG is a crossbolt safety.
Yeah,
only recommendation I'd make
safety,
to only change I'd make to this gun is he needs to get a bayonet lug on the end of there. And,
please, for God's
I wonder
sake,
if
make it
this
even
barrel
longer.
is long enough to where the southpaw would last as long as the polonium.
You know what? I want to see this thing with an LPVO
actually...
with a sunshade as long as the barrel.
Oh right, yeah. And then you need a thermal clip-on in front of it with like a D-ball on top or something.
No,
like
not a
Just
thermal clip-on in front. Yeah, get one
pounds.
on top so it's or like an offset or something. That would be
an offset. There you go.
Offset.
Yeah, so
thermal.
it does up front. It has the FCD 63 stoner thingamajig for the dead air mounts, but not my thing. I wonder how this thing would shoot suppressed though, considering there is no gas mitigation system. Because in terms of dwell time, it has all of the dwell time.
All of the dwell time.
It's probably
all
a
of the
very
dwell time.
soft shooting gun. That video is probably not.
It has to be. Let's take a look, shall we?
Play dangerously.
If only.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. You can watch videos on YouTube.
This
you
doesn't
can't
count
do
as handling.
it live.
No, 'cause
I've watched. I've
indoor-
reviewed shooting videos.
At an indoor range with 4 lanes, I'm sure this was extremely pleasant for everyone else involved.
Yeah, this is how you get the range to yourself.
Well, this is how you know the guy was excited because he didn't even have optics. He just got it in and he put it all together. He's like, I'm just taking it to the range.
Unfolding front sight, no rear.
No rear. Doesn't need
nothing.
It's
shooting at
long
7
enough.
yards.
It's long enough to aim the thing like a fucking shotgun at that point.
There is someone up in the range. Oh my.
Do we not have audio?
Oh, that is.
No,
Yeah, we have.
audio's coming through.
It's maxed out
It's
too.
very.
That's so funny. I can't hear it because I muted it on my end, but you guys can hear it. That's funny.
Yeah, it's
okay.
maxed.
Sorry. Okay. Is that better? There we go.
And here we go.
This is why mom
looks
doesn't
extremely
fucking
controllable.
love you.
That
Nice.
that
That
is
is
probably
cool.
the closest we will get to a grip pod though tonight, unfortunately.
I
Yeah,
was
I didn't see anything
disappointed
else.
by the lack of a grip pod.
Grip pods are gay.
Certainly, yes.
This is
This
a weird image. So we have a 100-yard range with a frisbee golf goal as a rest with your 24. This is a weird mix
The Hawaiian
of like
shirt goes
Oregon.
hard.
Yeah, there's a lot of things.
That's
going on.
something.
This is some redneck shit for sure.
Bro pulled up to the
Definitely.
local metro park and just put a range out there.
That is good. All right, we'll go back to muting that tab. All right.
Definite
All right.
boot
That
boy
I
there.
actually do like. I think it's a meme. Like I would never
That's pretty
ever,
cool.
ever want to carry it around, but there are things that I like about it. So I'm going to
He
give you
gets the cheese.
fire. Actually,
something.
you know what? I'm going to give you the salute because I'm glad that you're carrying it around and not me.
Yeah, something I'm
Okay.
curious about is it
Mhm.
feasible to do an even longer than rifle length gas system on
Yes, you
something
can
like
use a
20
Magnum.
24
I
inch?
think CAC makes a 18-inch Magnum length barrel, so it's like an 18-inch dissipator.
Of
and I'm
course,
sure
CAC
if
makes
you
a
ask,
Magnum.
yeah, and if you ask them, I am sure that they would make it even longer for you. You know,
Yeah, so
You
so
could
you
get
just
even
get
longer
you
guesses.
just get all. Yeah.
Well, what you do is you just cut a regular gas tube in half and you steal a straw from a hippie and you just use some RV gasket maker and there you go.
Okay, so the number one anime hater has a build that he wants to show off. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
I hate that bipod.
Okay.
I hate that grip.
Oh god.
I hate that stock.
There's a lot in this. All right,
I hate
yeah. Okay, so full problems listed below. Spoilered. All right, so shift grip, Burris RT6, which is a fine budget LPVO. Front sight post with no rear post. Yep. Worst chode bipod ever. The Aeronox. Never even heard of that. This is it is an MR556A1. Yikes, bro.
What?
45-degree selector.
That's a fucking oof.
Bruce, look at this. So 45-degree selector that's been dremeled to work with the Geisley MR556 trigger. You had to get that 45-degree selector.
Well, what?
You had to have it.
Why?
This is sitting in a 80% lower that needs an anti-walk pins because I'm terrible at it. So he messed up this lower. Look at that thing. On an MR556 upper. So you
The
bought
lowers are proprietary. You can't just smack an MR on a regular AR lower.
That's dedication right
the
there.
dude is dedicated.
Oh my goodness.
With an
That's
AR
an
with
80%.
a 80% lower. Yeah, I was gonna say with an 80% lower and enough dremeling, all things are possible. Good
This
sir.
guy right here, I
Right.
guarantee you, knows exactly what Windows tastes like.
I mean, look at his wall dog.
Gosh.
Yeah, the
This is-
wall's
I don't know.
That is something.
That is a build. Yeah, and
Why?
it's these funky aluminum unadjustable bipod legs that are M-locked into each side. Dude, look at the foregrip.
I
What is that, the
guarantee you I
Fortis?
could take those bipod legs and snap them by just thinking about it.
No,
If they're the
that's a
ones I'm
UTG.
thinking of, the shop I used to work at sold them, and I accidentally literally snapped one in half trying to open it one day.
Dang.
You know, the walls
you know what's
in the
even worse?
background- The walls in the background
no,
say
get
abandoned
this. So I
building,
think
but
this
the
is-
pillowcase shows it's his bedroom.
I was
Yeah.
about to say this looks like this is his bed, and this is the images that he draws at night. Like, that is the
Hold on.
mind.
The
We
nightmares.
have another problem.
I watched season
have a-
1 of
we have
True
a much bigger
Detective this
problem,
week,
guys.
and I'm having flashbacks in this problem.
Yeah, we
What's
have a
the
much
bigger
bigger
problem?
problem. The stack of papers there, all of the ring binders, and the
Box of
Kleenexes
tissues.
next to the bed.
Oh no!
This is a gooner who's slowly losing it.
Bro writes
Yeah,
fanfics
is
about
it
like
just
weirdly
me? Is it
obscure
just
things.
me?
no
I'm
one's
just
heard about.
glad. Hold on. I'm just glad it's not a Daniel defense because then we don't have to worry about the kids.
We would know exactly what's
Oh.
happening next.
Bro,
But yeah, that-
Okay,
this
is
is
it just me? Is it just me, or is this LPVO crooked?
I think it's
a
just
lot of
the
things are
It
crooked.
100%
It's
is.
the angle.
there's
think a lot of
some
things are
other
crooked.
not straight
I could see this
things
photo
in this.
showing up in a news headline somewhere.
It already
Yeah.
is.
That's
this
his
is about a
manifesto
straight-
down
this
below.
whole image is
Good
about
Lord.
a pride parade.
And it's one of those things where it's like we have like really cheap, crappy accoutrements on an HK MR556 upper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
It's the
no
same
goddamn
meme.
sense.
Alright.
Speaking of
Well,
Aeronox,
There's a
you'll
lot
see
of
another
Star
thing
Power
from
going
there.
on here.
There's on mine. I got it for free. I didn't buy it, but the one I got is actually kind of nice. It's not that one though.
Okay.
Honestly, I think that's a pretty cool COD gun.
He deserves the
That's
vintage.
gay.
Give him the
Is this next post
Which
here?
one?
Is this guy's? Is
The
this
vintage
guy's
in
like fourth or
glasses.
fifth
No,
submission on
hit him with that little spray bottle thing. He needs to not.
Yeah, he does need to get
the
hit with the
nose
spray
spray
bottle.
bottle.
Thing. Where am I? Am I missing it? Where's
It's
vintage
to the
on
right
glasses
side.
on? I'm retarded.
Down a
on the
little
top.
bit. Right there.
Did I move over?
Next to
My
the
actual-
Right side.
G-Star.
Next to the G
Right
star.
above pop.
Guys, you're putting way too much pressure on me. I can't perform. Right above hop. This one? Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
okay,
There's
we
a
all-
lot going on
All
with
you
that.
need is some TRT.
I actually want to get to. Okay, so we've already covered several of Omai's builds, several of Skullsworth. So in effort of getting, he's back
Is-
again, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Shadow. Oh god.
Look at this. Oh, this checks out.
Printed. That's a
3D
that's a
printed
plastic
receiver.
off.
That's a plastic hog. This checks out. This checks out.
It's
All
getting
right,
worse.
I can't look at this anymore. Okay.
Holy-
Cox,
I would pay
Ralph
money
Cox.
to hear what his
Is that
therapist
man
has to say
drawing
about him.
square Among Us people on the wall?
Oh,
Yes,
my
he is.
Oh my gosh,
That
it
is what it
is.
looks like. Oh, that is wild. All right,
He
so
needs to get banned from the server.
Let's see. Can I add?
yeah, he actually might be gone. All right, so Atlas. Okay, Atlas is in the chat. Also, what's his channel name? Midwest
Midwest
Armory,
2A.
I think. Midwest 2A, that's the one. Lost Arrow says, "Summon me, John. Focus." Do we have room? Are we still tapped out?
So we're still waiting. Bones is supposed to be in the waiting room, and Shadow Force is still in the waiting room. We are full.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's a real build. Here's a palette cleanser. A palette cleanser real fast. A BCM 11.5, nice with the MCR 10. Ambi charging handle, arrow lower, BCM furniture, B5 stock, Magpul sling, spikes BCG, EOTech EXPS S2 on a riser. The S2 is the one without night vision settings though, so that's kind of a miss. Magpul backup irons, Surefire M340, homemade light cap.
Yes, there's guys who are printing them now, and they're basically making the caps and selling them. I think they're like $15.
Rather than buying the 100 concepts ones.
Yeah,
109
I'm
concepts.
gonna be 100% honest. 100 concepts is. I did the math a long time ago. They're making like a 5,000% profit on light caps.
That's about right.
Checks out. That checks out.
Yeah.
Chris Detrin says Reddit rifle. No. This is so much better than a Reddit rifle. We've covered Reddit rifles. 100%. Reddit is garbage. This rifle, like I could do this. Like this is perfect. Like I don't need anything else. This is simple. We have the YHM Turbo T2. Yeah, that's about it. And then a rifles only cover on there. For me, I don't use suppressor covers. When I'm shooting, I shoot way too much. It does nothing.
Also,
so I don't use
I'm more
suppressor
terrified
covers.
about crafting my cover to my suppressor and like just break it off.
Yeah,
you will get
also,
that.
It's suppressor covers make sense for like precision builds or low round count shooting where you need to knock down that mirage as much as possible or delay it. But like if you're shooting even just a couple hundred rounds in a range session, like it's basically worthless. And yeah, you run the risk of burning it, catching fire, melting to your suppressor, all sorts of terrible things that I don't recommend doing.
No, I agree.
Everything else on the
$150 blanket for your suppressor. The price
here's
on
a hot
those
take.
is outrageous.
For range trips, yeah, I take mine off. However, when I'm storing the gun or like carrying the gun for real life application, I'll put it back on because real life gunfights, especially if you have a rifle, are over very quickly. You're typically not gonna get that thing that hot.
No, of course
and
not.
if you do, you're
totally makes sense for that.
Day.
Yeah. Well, so one little thing that I noticed on here though, Atlas, is that you have the longest pick rail section possible for
and you need
the
one
tiniest
slot.
little section. Yeah, I know. You have the longest one. That's the only thing I would clean up on.
Well,
But
that's
other
just
than
the
that,
multi-pack
it
you
makes
get on
sense.
Amazon, and I know that because those are YFS fasteners.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, why
Although
not?
you know
just,
what's funny,
like,
the BCM.
I was saying that's a surefire.
The BCM rail
Don't
comes
they
with
come
one.
with an M-lock?
They do. Yeah.
Yes.
But also switch to an Ari socket body and mount. Save yourself an ounce or two. Not quite a full ounce.
I actually like it.
See, that's what would
Mark
make it a Reddit
But I would
rifle
run
is
with
that kind of weight max.
Oh God, 338 arc. It's one of these.
Oh yeah,
retards.
you saw this.
This one's actually
this
kind of
one,
nifty.
This is a vibe. This is a vibe. Okay, I would.
Yeah,
shoot
now
those.
that I see it, I fucks with that just because of the
like
way
it.
the handguard
Yeah, this-
and the can flow
That's
together.
why.
There's something I'd use
That's
in
why I put
Payday.
this one on the thumbnail. Yeah, this is an interesting setup, which would be like one of those weird Call of Duty setups where you have that one oddball caliber that does like extra damage, even though in real life it like wouldn't.
So what they bought a
338 arc.
PSA to strip the parts out of it, and is that what I'm seeing?
No, it's
yeah.
no. So it's a 338 arc pistol, Wilson combat upper, PRI carbine length handguard round, CAC down vent BCG, PSA ambi charging handle. So I don't know which one that is. It is a KAK 8.5-inch 338 arc barrel, CAC gas block, CMG gas tube. You don't need to list all that stuff. Wolfpack Armory recessed Howler flash hider Plan B, and then the Big Hoss machine Plan H recessed hub adapter. My gosh, okay. And then the YHM Bad Larry 338 cal suppressor. Leopold 1.5 to 4 LPVO. That's actually not bad. And then a 3D printed throw lever. I'm pretty sure that Leopold's like actually not a bad scope at all. And then the LaRue 30 millimeter QD mount, pre $400. So you got it when it was actually reasonable. PSA stealth lower, which is fine. CMMG parts kit, IDK single stage trigger from a PSA saver lower parts kit. The trigger pins walked, lol. Well, that is PSA. The next line is CMC anti-walk trigger pins, Magpul grip, Magpul safety, Troy MB mag release. I don't know why you need that. H&R Car 15 brace, which does look good on this rifle, especially with the PRI tube. 400 Legend mag. The only mag currently that seems to remotely feed 338 arc subs. Those are super heavy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like 275 grains,
Yeah,
300
like
grains,
300
something like that.
Yes, 375 probably.
Para QD 3D printed slop from 100 Concepts. Yeah.
Oof.
And you're tuning it with just springs and buffers, which nice. If you can get a system to run supers and subs with just a buffer swap, like that's nice. I mean, listen, 338 arc, I would never build one or shoot one because it's like the ammo is just ridiculous. But as you can tell by this build, this guy has a little bit of extra cash to throw around.
In aesthetically,
this
I'm getting
PRI
like
handgun's
American
like
VSS.
Honestly, if you slap like a 5-round mag into that, that'd be a neat little hunting gun.
That is a 5-round.
On your own land, but you don't. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's probably illegal in most
drop it.
states because it's a bottlenecked cartridge because DNR
But that's only
officials
like
are
in a
retards.
It's only a few
And-
states that have
I
the
was about to
straight
say, I
wall
thought that
hunting
was-
limitations.
And in
3
my
states
state, it's
left
straight
now.
wall for public and on private land. You can use anything within reason.
See, that's what I wasn't sure about, and I'll talk to you about that later, Andrew. I don't want to
problem.
derail the stream because I was going to go shoot. I was going to hunt with my 6.5.
It looks very good. It's a
Private
very
land, you're
nice
good to
looking
hunt
gun.
I think this-
6.5. Public land, you're gonna want straight wall.
Thank you.
This gets the autism seal of approval because I do like that. I would shoot it. I would never buy
Well,
one or pay for the ammo for it, but I do like it.
I'm gonna dip out for the night so we can get somebody else on. Also, I need to go the fuck to bed because it's 10 o'clock and I got to get up at like 6:30 in the morning. So y'all have a good night.
All right,
Sounds good.
thanks,
Have a
bud.
good night, man. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night.
Yeah.
Me as well.
Yeah. Also,
I
my
slept on
shit's
the clock
been
earlier,
super
so-
laggy tonight. It's getting annoying.
All right. One small ball, DPMS LR308, which is funny. This is like my father-in-law has basically this exact same rifle, like literally the exact same thing. Magpul K2 grip, Magpul carbine stock, instructional style hanger, no sharp arm, Leopold one-piece scope mount, Addaball, tranny approved company, XP8 1-8, dust and dog hair. Actually, dude, look at his dog's feet just planted
my
on there.
gosh.
That's so funny. I didn't notice those at first. That's creepy.
Well done.
Does anyone have
Well, no,
experience with
it's-
the Addaball optics?
Never heard of them.
Not at all. No.
Heard of them.
I see their
no
I
experience.
see their stuff pop up for cheap on like Optics Planet for like $250.
I'm gonna say it's either
Which
a
is actually
Tasco or
funny.
True Blue scope.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because my father-in-law, he has this exact same rifle and it also has a cheap 1-8 on it. And it's basically the exact same thing. It gets shot like once every 5 years. So we are going
The 20-round
to
magazine lasts him 5.
That's definitely like a first-time gun kind of thing, but bonus points for the dog feet.
let's see. Yeah, you're gonna get the little mischievous guy there. Tiger. Oh, no, we already looked at that. Okay, Atlas is back. Quantum. Okay, let's listen to Quantum. Quantum is one of the mods on the channel, so we definitely want to talk to Quantum. And he's also
Quantum's
just
awesome.
extremely good. He's extremely good at basically everything that he does. And he left us a nice little video, so we'll go ahead and take a look at this.
This is my instructor's rifle, originally built.
Oh, wait, I muted the title. I muted it. Do.
This is my instructor's rifle, originally built for me by Masterpiece Arms, originally chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor. It is now chambered in 6.5 by 47 Lapua because it's a better round. We'll do this Grand Thumb style. He's such an ass man. He really wants to see it. We'll start butt to tip. The chassis is a Masterpiece Arms lightweight Hunter. It's fine, works. Tripod is a 2 vets tripod. Two vets tripods work pretty well. You don't necessarily need an RRS. I have a little carabiner on some binding here. This is to hang a bag from. So when I'm in a stage, I could just immediately put my backpack on that hook. Saves time, stops my backpack from getting dirty or muddy if it's raining. Ball head is a Fat Boy ball head. Very good. One knob on it. Turn the knob, rotate the gun, turn the knob again, tighten. Good to go. Scope is a Mark V HD by Leupold, 5-25. Probably the most popular scope you'll see out there by people that are shooting long range that know what they're doing. I have the Vortex rangefinder on top of here. I have it on my instructor's gun just in case a student debates me on what the target distance is. I can laser it for him really quick and say, no, that's actually 435. That's what we said it is, and that's what it is. The break, without warning, Chad. I haven't shot it yet with this Chad on it. Looking forward to shooting it this weekend at a class. Bipod is a MDT Skypod, double pull, works great. Then final thing is MDT send it level. Always have a level on your gun, boys.
It's 2 levels.
Nice.
Attaboy.
It takes a lot to make me blush at something like the price of it. That's making me blush.
Yeah, that is not a cheap setup.
Nothing
at all.
Nothing at all that Quantum has is a cheap setup. Everything that he has, everything that he owns is top notch. From what I gather, even including his wife, because she shoots as well. She was a competitive shooter before he was. She was a sponsored shooter for Vortex before he was even shooting. So you guys definitely should. Yes, you guys definitely should go over. He posts some content. I dropped his channel in the private chat here, John. I don't know if you can put that up for him.
Got it. Give me just a second and I'll post it. I just had to go to my other app and it's taking a second.
It was funny the other day.
The nice PRS rifle, but PRS to me feels like golf. Long range in general just feels like golfing to me, and it's very boring.
So he does a lot of PRS Hunter and other style matches.
PRS Hunter is way cool.
Yeah, he does that, and he also goes out and like shoots regularly. But he's if you ever see him in VC or whatever hanging out, which he rarely ever is, he's been in there I think twice. Both times when he was in there, he was reloading. So like he is always either reloading or dry firing, or if he's not, then he's working on stuff for us, which God bless him. He does so much. He does so much to help us out in the Discord.
Yeah, no, he's been the perfect mod, and he's going to be doing some instructional stuff and hanging out over the next few days. So if you guys want to hang out in the Discord and talk to somebody who's like actually a nice guy and actually knows like what he's talking about, has been there, done that, that's a good place to do it with Mr. Quantum.
The other day I was talking to him in the chat, and I was asking questions about zeroing for like the long range sniper type stuff. And he sent a video. He's like, I don't have a nice rifle with me, so I'll just demonstrate this on my SR-25. And I was like, oh.
Yeah,
okay.
right. He's like, let me show you this guy.
It's not a nice
It's
gun,
good to
don't
have
worry.
one of those guys that knows like a lot about whatever he's talking about. But
even his cameras.
We're already at
films
2
stuff
hours.
outside of this.
Good
He
night.
doesn't film anything at all in the solar system. He films stuff outside of the solar system for days.
Yeah, dude, his freaking camera setups for that, like when he was talking about it in like autistic detail, I'm like, bro, like this, I don't understand what you're saying right now. Like funny words are coming out.
He added it up. He spent 115 hours on a single image.
Yep.
Like he doesn't half-ass anything. Everything he does is to the fullest, 100% of the time. It's amazing. I don't know how he does it.
Jonathan Segura is not very happy. He says, "Screw you guys, I'm going home." He might
Screw you
have
too,
wanted us to
Jonathan.
get to his build, but we're already at the 2 hour mark, and we're like not even a third down the line, and I'm skipping people that we've already covered. So actually, this is Wildnut. This one here we'll talk about shortly. So this was actually the build that I put together for him. So we have an 18-inch Criterion barrel, arrow receiver, JP, BCG, PRI, M84 big latch, rifle speed gas block, FCD muzzle brake with Xeno, built by our guy, FT. It's top guy. At the end is a Radical Defense LS3 tire wrapped in a Armageddon gear. Streamlight HLX Pro, Magpul bipod on an Atom Arms QD M-Lock to pick rail mount. Flatline Fiberco Sling, Subrev Sling Keeper, PLX C 1-8, which is a nice little optic, especially for like a general purpose rifle. In the Mills reticle with a PA mount with a 509T green dot on top. Vortex optics covers, arrow built lower, Magpul DT PR stock. I need to get one of the DT stocks. Paraclip, M-Lock Sling Move, and the Arrow R1 handguard. Magpul K2 SSA trigger. Perfect. The only thing that I don't love about this build that I made for him is the handguard. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the Atlas series of handguards from Arrow. I really wish they would update those and make those a little better. But overall, it was not a bad build to do for him. And I think that I even got to use his PLXC that he bought at the same time to put it all together. So it was a fun optic to shoot, or a fun gun to shoot with a 6.5 Creedmoor, especially out of a gas gun.
Walnut's a good guy. Very
100%.
good guy.
Oh. Hope you're having a good night, Quantum. Thanks for hanging out. Well, Adaball is the sponsor for Allison Tesla and his PCT. That's right. I forgot about that. Thank you, Bucky. Yeah. All right. Oh, here we go. A Colt 723 clone by Cyberspace. So an Aimpoint Electronic Mark III that I had to solder together because I bought it broken. Leopold carry handle mount, M7 bayonet, Brownell's chrome BCG, Brownell C7 upper, H&R 14.7 barrel, H&R 2-position buffer, I think it means stock, A1 pistol grip, Colt slimline handguard, and some Car 15 stock off of Tax Swap. Man.
Going old school. I love it.
Is that one of those occluded sites?
I don't know.
That is interesting.
I think it might
with a
be.
bayonet on
Nice
there.
retro vibes. I love it.
Yeah. The bayonet makes it a little front heavy, but I'm actually looking up that aim point to see what that one of those goes for right now.
That
Probably gonna be something
that
ridiculous.
loadout makes me want to invade Vietnam.
Right. Let me see. Is it even possible to find one of them? It's one of
I would
those
say
really
it-
obscure.
I will say it would
eBay.
look a little better with a straight 20-round mag in there.
100%. Any rifle looks better with a straight metal 20-round mag.
For real.
That's what I
eBay
keep in
for
mind.
about $500.
And that's a broken one, isn't it?
It was
is it
broken.
broken
He
or
fixed
working?
it. Is
Yeah,
what
they
it.
say it's broken.
No, I'm saying the broken one is $500 on eBay.
Oh.
No, this one seems to be mint
working condition?
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Mint new in box for 500.
Wow. Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah. I mean, as far as like cloning goes, it's not the worst it could be. I mean, sometimes you get something that's absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, I traded a set
Oh.
of duels for that loophole I sent you.
Yep. Yep.
Is that a VP9 or a P30? I can't.
VP9.
Oh.
VP9.
Yep, that's a VP9. Ooh.
Armor on top. All right. Well, let's. I want to talk about his freaking rifle that he did there. This is ridiculous. So, rifle. It's like a what would Stoner do if you replace the bad parts with good ones? We'll be the judge of that, Mr. Diacon. LMT Mars lower because you had to flex on him. CMC 2-stage trigger, PWS ratcheting buffer tube and nut. Geisley Super 42 spring and H1 buffer. Random Anchor Harvey upper. I don't remember where I got it from. Faxon 16-inch pencil barrel. Faxon, I believe you mean not girlfriend handguard. You mean carbon fiber handguard. Silencer Co. ASR flash hider, a BFG Vickers sling, an EOTech EXBS3 and G43.
Could have been a nice rifle.
Yeah.
Had to put a Faxon in it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, it's because they make those pencil barrels, and people just, for whatever reason, seem to like those pencil barrels.
They're super lightweight.
And
They're super lightweight,
Yeah, I
but your
think
groups
so.
open up substantially after 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think,
after 50 yards, you don't care.
well, you see, you're making the assumption that these people shoot their rifles. They, dude, a lot of the times when I see like the super
The
crazy
best
light
barrel
build-
for cold bore shooting is the pencil barrel.
right?
I think Stu absolutely loves those. So if Stu loves them, then that tells me everything.
Stu is the meme about the guy who can like barely hold up the AR as he's shooting it. Right? He's got to have the carbon fiber handguard. I hate carbon fiber handguards. I hate installing.
I just think they look
them. I
tacky.
hate timing them.
The OG PRI ones from like the early GWAT were sick.
Well, the tubes have an aesthetic to them now. But look, we have an LMT Mars lower on here.
Yeah.
So this lower is more expensive than the whole rest of the upper, which I find funny.
So the only reason why I had, the build I had you do for my dad here a while back, that ultralight rifle, the entire rifle loaded with a 20-round magazine weighs like 5.4 pounds with optic. It's got a 3x prism on it and everything. He had a weightlifting restriction after he had a major surgery, and they said you are limited to lifting only 5 pounds. So I had to build him a rifle that he could shoot that was 5 pounds, and that's how we did it. It was a Faxon with an ultralight Odinworks handguard and a 3x prism with a fixed stock. Like that was the only way that we could get a 5-pound rifle that he could shoot loaded, and he did. He shot it twice, and it's set on the stand ever since. So you're right.
I don't
the
know,
people
man.
who
Sounds
do
like it's
keep
over
those.
that 5-pound limit. It's 5.3. I don't know if he can lift that.
Yeah, well, that was with the mag. Without the mag, it was under 5. So we cheated. We just said he didn't shoot with a mag.
Right. I don't know. I don't really want to talk about anything else on this one. The HK SP5 SBR, I find this funny. So you have the Surefire 628 with the LED head retrofit, so the light actually works. B&T brake, Midwest Industries mount. But on the optic, on a $3,000 HK MP5 with the LED refit on the light, you put on a $100 Romeo 5 special. It's just a little out of place. Other than that, I'm sure it's a fun gun to shoot. I'm sure it's a fun gun to shoot.
It's an MP5.
The proper optic for that would have been the EOTech with the zombie hazmat reticle.
Zombie reticle, yeah.
That would be great.
That would have been the proper thing for that.
Very Modern Warfare 2.
Spud. What do we got here? So we got a couple similar builds. So we have the Rifle Sneed 12.5 inch and the Anderson Dissipair. So this is kind of based off the Hop 12.5 mini Dissi. So you have a 12.5 mid-length barrel. You have the LaRue rail before they were an absurdly terrible price. Looks like we have the Magpul stock with a 3x magnifier on a UTG riser to match the front riser of the 512C, which is kind of funny to look at, but it does actually work. Okay, optic selection. Not sure what lower that is, but it looks fine.
That Suns?
And we have is it the Schneck lower? Just Schneck lower?
I think
it might be.
so.
Oh, and it also has the teardrop forward assist. Very aesthetic.
Yeah. Don't see those.
And we have the Streamlight on the side. Streamlight on the side, and the Polonium out front. And then the Anderson. Is it also okay? The Anderson Dissi, so a 16-inch Dissi with a Streamlight pick adapter on the FSB, some sort of 3-prong Wolfpack armory or something like that. So you can also put the suppressor on there if you want. And you have a Romeo 7 up top, which gives it a bit of a retro vibe. So yeah, I don't mind either of those builds at all. And if you're going to go with a 16-inch FSB, a dissipator, that's the way to go.
Yeah, looks cool. Love it.
Yeah, very simple build. I will add one to the fire emoji of your build, Spud. Oh no.
Marmite, no.
No, what happened? Dishka. Vegemite. All right. Alrighty, for some reason. And what is this? So this is a Titman 22 Reptilia Recce stock with the buffer weight doohickey, forward controls design safety selector, forward controls assist and dust cover, Aimpoint Pro up top, HRF Concepts magwall, PRI Gen 3 15-inch handguard, Cat short round 22 suppressor, and 220 grams of Vegemite. Why would you do this to a Titman, though?
I mean, you've seen my Titman, right?
I've seen it a couple times, I think, yeah.
That Vegemite almost might burn as clean as 22.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I mean, it is interesting because, yeah, there is a suppressor under there, and you got the Reptilia stock for some reason. I don't completely hate it.
Right.
The
I mean,
Vegemite is more interesting.
as
to
long
me.
as it works. Yeah, that's an
I kinda hate
interesting
it.
choice. I'm gonna give you the boomer FUD of approval on that. it's just okay. That's way too much text. I'm sorry, Gopnik. I'm gonna move on from there. KHT. Okay, so we have a Sons of Liberty Gunworks, broadsword upper and lower, M89 handguard, Triarch 12.5 mid chrome lined barrel. Those are actually really good if you can find them in stock. The PLXC 1-8 with a Nova Dot, the Nova Dot reticle and the Holosun SCRS on top. Also a really good combo. Cat, the white bread. Does anybody use the white bread here?
Cat stuff is absolutely bomb.com.
I've been wanting to try one. Just haven't found a
I have
rifle.
a cat mob on order.
Was that you, Gopnik?
We got to give him a
I'm
quick,
sorry,
a quick
Hobie,
little
if that
once
was
over.
you. All right.
Why is that
So we
light
have
so far forward?
We have
Pistol brace, boo.
So we have first off,
Gold
we have
Desert
a Gold
Eagle.
Desert Eagle. All right. We got
AutoZone
mags under the
iPro.
arm. That's fine. I can't see. Is that a carbon fiber rail on the handguard? You know how I feel about carbon fiber, brother. What are we looking at? What is this?
Bro,
what is that? That's a Bear
Hero
Creek Arsenal.
furniture. Yuck.
Bro,
And
that's a
then
Bear
world's
Creek
worst red
Arsenal.
dot. What is wrong with
That's
that?
Tomorrow
Para
War
magazine. That is. No, that was.
Yep,
a
that's what that
7.5.
is.
Unbelievable.
Well, he
And then
probably
what
just
else we
didn't
got
want
on
to
here?
spend the $200 on a meme.
Halo Combat Evolved based.
How many of these
where
guns
is
are
it?
air
Oh, there it
soft?
is. Heck yeah, that's good. I don't know. The only thing that might be is a Desert Eagle, but
Look
everything,
at how
I think
far
I have
forward
those
that
exact same
flashlight
plates.
is.
So that is definitely the T-Rex Arms light bar. Look in the box. It looks like we have one of those PARD clip-on digital night vision units, which you can't even use on this setup. And then you probably have a Somo gear pack. That would be my guess.
Bro's got an EpiPen in the IFAC. That's a rare find.
There you go.
That is.
Yeah.
Now the light bar. What do we have over here? What is this? Is
That's
that your
a
3D printing
it
rig?
looks like.
Okay.
I mean, when you're
So-
about to die, any drugs are appreciated.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, just take them all. What are you gonna do? Die harder? The light bar would make sense because that's a mod light, right? The light bar might make sense if there was a suppressor on there. And again, the sling is covering the rail, but I think that's the carbon fiber rail. So okay, let's read this out. Cry JPC 2.0. All right, nice. RF1. Really, RF1 ultralight 2.8 pounds. That's actually really good. Those are expensive plates. Suitable. 2 IFX nods. Lighton M95s Gen 2 Plus. Fastball helmets, one of those op scores. Just continuing. Glock is a Gen 5 19 with a Holosun 507C and a TLR7A. Nice. AR is a self-build fax and barrel 14.5 pin and weld standard gas block Coda Evolution carbon fiber handguard modulate OKW Holosun 503 ACSS. It's harder to find these days with magnifier Geisley Super Duty charging handle and Anderson upper with no forward assist BC and BCG CMC 2.5 pound single stage trigger, and of course the gold dig for when you're hopping from IV out middle and through connector for one taps. I believe that is a
Counter-Strike reference.
Counter-Strike reference, yes. Yeah.
It's an absolute wall of text.
The confusion there. I mean, there's a lot going on here. The only thing I would say is if you're spending all this money on some of these other things, I mean, I guess he is into weight savings because he bought the really expensive 2.5 pound plates. You got the carbon fiber handguard. You got the lightweight fax and barrel.
He's
But
into
he's
weight
still on
savings.
Gen 2 for night vision.
Can't
But-
see what
He got
radio
the
he
Eagle.
has in there, but
Yeah,
I
he has the
bet good
muscles.
money that it's a Baofeng. Get a better
Yep.
radio, my friend. Do
All,
we
it.
have-
all about the
we
weight
have-
savings with that Deagle.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
obviously the Eagle's not actually part of the main loadout. It's just a meme. But as you can see, there are some other memes that he has collected. SKS M1s, nice. Enfield, something
I like
that.
that double barrel on the wall behind him.
Can't ever go wrong with that.
Wait, he typed in activate Windows, which is funny because I have that in my background. So
That's
I wonder if he's making
awesome.
fun of me for that. That is actually funny. I'm actually going to give you the joy emoji because that is funny. That is
I
funny.
thought he was making fun of me, but I guess we both do.
Oh yeah, we both have it. That's funny. All right, back to this other one. ESD Granite Valhalla Tactical Light with the HRT all set. Excuse me. Valhalla Tactical Finger Dingus. Radiant Raptor SD CAC NP3 down vent, and the JP silent capture system springs. So we actually have the SCS on a offset mount, a forward offset mount next to the PLXC and a M89 upper, which I don't hate. And we got the cat white bread, which I've heard is good, and a nice little trigger on there. So that is just that's a little bit of a do-it-all setup, sir. I don't mind that at all. 100.
I'm noticing a trend of CAC down vent carriers.
Oh yeah,
this is like
yeah.
popular.
I have one. I'm not I'm not the biggest fan of it, so I don't know if I would buy it over a regular carrier.
I'm pretty sure it gums up your fire control group pretty good.
Oh no.
Oh,
that was another one I put on the thumbnails. We got to get to that one.
Oh,
okay, this is the Raider rail. I like this. I actually need to get one of these. So okay, Mr. H's top guy. I wonder what that could mean. Grey Ghost Precision Billet Receiver Set, Sons of Liberty Gunner Scalper BCG, Geisley Super Duty Charging Handle, MBT2S, Criterion Core 13.9, nice choice, Superlative Arms Adjustable Gas Block, OCL Polonium K, Aero Precision, Enhanced Buffer Tube, which I think is just a longer one. And then it has like the little extension in the bottom of it too. BCM Grip Mod 3, BCM Raider. I want to get one of the Raider handguards because they're a bit thicker than the standard MCMRs and they have the pick at the end, so they're supposed to be much more rigid. So I actually want to get a Raider rail. CAC Marine Core Stamped Micro Rear Set. That's nice. EOTech EXPS 3-1 on the Unity Riser. Arasaka 600 Series Light Body with the Malkoff E2 head. Yeah, it's pretty good setup. SBA 4 brace because you don't want to pay the tax stamp, which I am fine with that.
Totally get that.
Press X to down.
On which one?
That's the Amazon SBA 4, good sir. I can tell by how bendy it is. I'm almost 100% positive it is.
Listen, if you don't want to pay the SBA tax, which is almost as much as the SBR tax, I am not going to fault you, good sir.
So the SBA 3 one is good. The SBA 4 is bendy as it sucks. But the SBA
is pretty solid.
I haven't seen the 5 on a knockoff version yet, but I am looking for them.
Oh, I haven't seen a knockoff. I'm just saying like the original one is pretty good.
Well, Mr. H's top guy, I'm going to give him the clapping emoji. Whatever Mr. H's top guy needs him to do, this rifle looks capable. So, good job on that.
Hey, Spaz is in. Just in time.
Hey, Spaz, how's it going?
I am tired. Overtime got me very sleepy.
Oh, gotcha. We got to make that money, man. So you can build cool stuff like this.
You want to see my build?
How the fuck?
Not yet. Sorry.
So this is Dishka's HK MP7A1, HK Rotex 2, the PEC 15, EOTech HWS EXPS 3, and then it is currently on its 10th BCG. So somehow he has an MP7 on its 10th BCG.
They break.
With a bunch of very, very expensive other accoutrements, and we will not take a look at the other picture. And I already added the gay emoji on there, along with 10 other people.
The bolts for the MP7 have a specific like tungsten powder in a little chamber, and it works kind of like a dead blow hammer, and that always tends to break on them for whatever reason. The weld on the end cap breaks, and then you lose your tungsten powder out of it, and at least on the ones I've seen.
All right. Now, before we move on, did we miss anybody else's in chat that they absolutely want to see theirs reviewed if you're still here 2.5 hours into the stream?
I'd love to see mine reviewed if there's not anyone.
Mine's in here too, so.
I was
All right, Richard, if you could pull those up for me specifically while we get through some of these super chats real fast. Just tell me their names and I'll search them out. Mitzvah TV for $4.99 says, "How long until mine comes on? I want to see the BS I'm gonna get, lol." Well, which one is yours? What's your type your Discord username and we can check it out real fast. Tusk the Third for $1.99 says, "Hey man, my grandpa was a nerd." I think that's at you, LARPerator.
Yeah, for the spreadsheet thing.
Noob Actual says, "No problem, my man. Appreciate the stream." Well, I appreciate your support, Noob Actual. Thank you very much. Tuss the Third again says, "Y'all ever seen Winona's Big Brown Beaver?"
No, but I want to.
No, can't say that I have, Tuss, but thank you for the $1.99. Tusk the Third for $1.99 says, "Control F gay equals blue screen of death /system crash. Well, I will. I'll take your word for that, sir. But thank you for the 199. Desert Anon drops 199. Does not say anything. Just walks out slowly. Desert Anon for 499 says, "I'm sad. I didn't know about this review sooner. I want to show my weird AR to strangers online for validation and attention to sad face." I understand, sir, but thank you for the 499. Yeah, it's on the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord, yeah, 6 months for a chance to get on. Very possible. Hayden Harvey for 199 says, "Got an AKV. What's an interesting dot I can use?"
Steiner T1X. No one's ever bought it because they know no one should buy it.
Is it bad?
I don't know. Probably.
No, nobody's bought it. we don't know yet.
No one's owned one.
It's a Steiner. Is it super expensive?
It's like $600, yeah.
Hmm.
And it's aim point micro footprint.
Okay, interesting.
I found
Mitzvah
one.
T.
My
Okay,
apologies.
I'll pull it up. No, you're good. Mitzvah TV for 499 says M7 bayonet is gay. OKC 3S is king. Well, I'll let you guys do your sword fighting later to settle which one is best. But thank you for the 499. Shay Sherman for 199 says, "You pronounced my name right." Much respect, lol. Glad to do it. Thank you for the 199. No one you know of for $2 says, "Late, but I made it." And then he also says, "Hi, Ricky." I don't know which one Ricky is, but hi. Shay Sherman says, "Rusty Shackelford 69. Please do mine." Okay, we'll find yours. Rusty Shackelford. Something Rigel says, "Happy you liked my kit. Any radio recommendations or other?" Well, we already said I'm not a fan of the carbon fiber stuff or the Faxon barrels. Probably a better mount on your 503 ACSS. And as for radio racks, like I run Baofangs because I don't know anything about radios. I just run them to have them and because they're cheap.
All right, hang on.
The only people had in Bully to soup a specific radio autist off of the entire channel stream.
I am an incredible radio autist. Really quick, be a man, get a Motorola APX 7000. You're gonna drop like $3,000 on that. If you don't want to drop over $3,000 on a radio, get an Anytone 878 UV2 or 3 Plus or whatever. This thing does everything the Baofeng does, but it also has digital and encryption, and it's only about like $300 on Amazon. So get Anytone 878 UV3 Plus. That's your like Gooner CAG operator radio on the low.
Anytone 878.
Yep.
All right.
I'm
Heck yeah.
trying to get my hands on one of the new Baofeng, the DM32s, their new DMR ham radio, because apparently that's supposed to have onboard AES encryption of some level.
It does, but it's proprietary. It's not the Motorola standard. It might actually be the Motorola standard, but I don't think it is. The Anytones are Motorola standard, so you're going to have the most interop with everything else. But we're not talking about radios, so let's move on, because if we get me going on radios, we will.
I was going to say,
it's going to
go. That's going to go forever. People in the chat started to talk about them too. All right, John Smith says Discord name is AK. Well, you're on the screen right now, so you look like you have a setup of all time, sir. T2 on a ScalarWorks mount with a... I need to get one of these. Okay, so what was it? Was it Euro Optic or one of those places? They were offering a sale where you buy the Juliet magnifier and you get a free Romeo 5. So if I didn't already have the new Romeo 5, that would have been a good deal to go with. But it looks like we got a Midwest 2-piece rail, CAC downvent BCG, another one. Silencer Co. Velos low back pressure 556, PRA M84 gas buster charging handle, and a CAC mil-spec mini tube with the JP silent capture Maxim Heavy. So
what is on the front of that
tube.
optic? Does he have two like dust cover things on there?
Okay, so is one a cover, and then the other's a kill flash? So is it cover clear kill flash, or cover clear kill flash?
There's a lot going on
something
there.
like that. Yeah, not sure. Interesting cap setup, sir. And then
it's
what's
probably
the
cover kill flash? He's doubling up on the kill flash.
Oh, it's another one of these guys. We have a Holosun LS117 and a Surefire Vampire. Not my favorite setup. That's a lot of weight out front for that guy. But it is just an 11.5, which is a good length. So very nice.
Another from
Hydermount. No.
What the?
What am I looking at?
I'm having
the P7 and the hole in the sock.
Screw that guy for having a P7. He does not deserve that.
Oh, dude, I love my P7. Oh,
I have to read this. Okay, so we have a backward iron sight at the back. Very nice. Lightweight Gucci CQB 16-inch build. We have an ATI Omni upper, which is half polymer, half aluminum. A GBRS Hydra mount. A a Somo Gear Pack full power, a SIG MSR red dot, and a Springfield lower with an HK P7.
That's Turbo. He was here earlier.
Really
I see a
sealed the deal on
Tootsie.
this.
I'm amazed that there's not crayon on the walls, but I guarantee this guy also knows what Windows tastes like. I guarantee it.
Brother,
He was-
it's such a troll job. Like the optic is backwards, the iron sight is
Yeah.
backwards. It's so funny.
He
though.
did this intentionally to mess with us.
Yeah. All right. Midspot says Discord name is Spartan Trap. So stop me when you want me to talk about something before we get out of here.
Okay.
I sent you
Spartan Trap and Lazy Butt. Spartan
Okay.
Trap and Lazy Butt.
If you go down to the very bottom and you click on the messages I sent you, those will take you to links of images that people posted who are still here in chat.
Okay,
You click on any one of those and those will take you directly there.
Okay, sweet. Oh, perfect. Okay, so the Focus Shooting LLC Krieger 11.5. No, that's not the Krieger. That's the Jaeger. The Jaeger is the 11.5. The Krieger is the 16-inch, I think. Unbelievable. No, that's good. So this is one of my builds. With the Raid XC with a Night Force Attacker on there, custom paint job, HRF Concepts Magwell. What's the light?
It's a vamp.
Surefire. Okay, so it's a vampire light. Guys, the SSA, BFG, sling, and yeah. What does the Raid cost? What does one of those guys go for?
38 or so.
Yep.
38, brother. So okay, so let's see. 3,000. The upper's $800. 38. 300-ish, 800 for the optic. Lower, probably not too much money for the lower. Honestly, the lower is the cheapest part.
Yeah, without question.
Yeah. So what we're looking at? What 7?
A little more.
8?
Like cost on it, we're actually about 10.
10.
Yeah. So 38 in the laser. The vampire. It also has Unity hot button, Unity buy button light,
Oh,
and
right.
Arisaka. Actually, that's not an Arisaka body. The DS00 tail cap as well, which is another $100. It spirals. It's a Cobalt Kinetics brake, which is another $150 that didn't have to be spent, but I didn't have a muzzle device, and the stock ones were unobtainium when I bought it.
Yep.
It's
very nice.
I love how it's done on the
so
casting couch.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the NX8 versus some of the other optics out there? Or sorry, not
I've
the
never
NX8,
done
the
the
A-Tacker versus some of the
NX8. I like the A-Tacker. It was between that and a PLXD, and like two very different ways of getting at the 1 to 8 LPVO. I decided to go with the A-Tacker because I was able to get it at a pretty good price. And I'm 23 used for the record. And I really like it. The eye box is tight, especially at 8X. Like incredibly tight. But the 1X performance is unparalleled. The reticle is great. It is a $3,000 scope, and it gets as close to deserving its price point as you could even consider saying something like that could deserve this price point.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, it has probably the best pedigree of any LPVO out there.
I really like it. I'm kind of just waiting around to buy a used PLXC whenever I can, just to compare the two. But I'm not regretting my purchase, which for something that expensive is good.
Yeah, and the same thing with the Raid, right? It's your new favorite laser unit, isn't it?
Yeah. There was a mall on there when I was still running an ACOG.
I have them all now.
Yeah, and it's going to go on a either a B&T APC9 or a CMG Descent when I get it back.
Gotcha.
No, I love them all. I love them all, but it's just too freaking heavy. So the Raid XE, you can also focus it a lot tighter than you can with them all. Great power level, even though it's a Civ. Yeah, the Raid is great. The scope is great.
Well, that's probably the Gucciest build. All right, Shadow Force, who's also on the panel with us. So the Pores Gucci build, 11.5 LMT, nice. Enhanced LMT BCG, arrow lower, Radiant 45 safety, A5 bumper system, which is probably good with the LMT. Mag BSL, Hollison LS321. Are you planning on upgrading to the Iris when it comes out?
Yeah, as soon as I can get my hands on one, that's going to replace it.
And then we have,
and it's upside down.
It's not.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah. I was going to say, well, Is there a specific reason why you put the Romeo 7 so far forward on the upper receiver itself?
If I run nods with it, I guess, and also just because it's LMT and people will look at it funny.
Okay, just curious. And then which was the? It was the okay, so that was the old primary arms 3x magnifier.
Yeah, that's the long eye relief. I think it's pretty decent for the money.
We got a Surefire War Comp, Streamlight HLX Pro, covered in duck sauce, Ed Sherman sling, a Magpul Maya grip, and then the LaRue MBT2S. So yeah, no, that's that does just about everything that you wanted to do. What grip did you have on there?
The pistol grip's the Miad.
Oh, the Miad. No. The
the
front grip. 50. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Other than the LS321, which is just underpowered and overpriced now, but
I got it for $600.
obviously at the time of purchase, probably not so bad. Yeah.
I always
Not
wanted
bad,
to
man.
think that maybe there was a hidden circuit board that you could hit in the LS321, kind of like the old ham radios that you could definitely not make do 40 watts.
Just turn up the power.
Old CB radios.
All right. And now we got Rusty Shacklefords has a BM lower. Guy's the SSP trigger, a SSA or SSE. Sons of Liberty Gunworks lower parts kit, complete BCM upper, nice BCM BCG, ambi charging handle, Vortex Micro 3X magnifier, which is actually not a bad magnifier. And then the Romeo 4T Pro, also a good dot. ProTac rail mount, Arasaka M-Lock mount, T-Rex sling, and Magpul furniture. So yeah, that is probably one of the just for aesthetics. That is one of the simpler builds that we've seen today, but this is probably one of the more all-around usable, solid, does all the things you want it to do. There's no overly cheap components on here. We got okay white light, BCM upper, all good, BCM BCG, Geisley trigger, magnification, dot with extra capability. Not too much to complain about. Obviously, if you want to get into night vision stuff, then you're kind of ruining your rifle in more ways than one. But no, for a simple setup, I wouldn't change much on it personally.
Good job, Rusty.
Thank you. Good job, Rusty. Oh my gosh.
The scroll.
I know. Fresh bed sheets. Oh no. Oh no, you posted cringe on main. Fresh bed sheet says rocking the Siley T3 until I can get a Holosun 403R. Got to get it quick before it goes up. Mismatched handguard halves for a tighter fit. Arrow barrel, Streamlight Polytac X mounted to a pick rail, drilled and M-locked to the handguard. Nice. Engraved the mag design myself. Unfortunately, doesn't get shot much. Go figure.
Thanks, I hate it.
So just drilled into
That's
the handguard. Two different pieces. You can see they don't quite line up, so I guess it does fit a little tighter.
Hey, there you go.
You know, on
work.
paper, this thing technically works. He also forgot to mention that this is the UTG T2 riser on there, which is actually not the worst thing on there. But yeah, this is before Siley was paying out the big bucks. This is one of their old red dot designs.
My
he checked all the boxes. He's got light optic sling
placement.
Yeah.
Is abysmal.
He does.
Yes, he does. He does technically. Oh, sorry, wrong one. My bad. He does technically mark all the boxes on paper. Like on paper, this rifle does everything. I just don't want it to do it or exist. No, but honestly, like if the dot works, that's fine. And I don't have a problem with people being ingenious and like modifying things to actually work. Also, that sling placement, I just noticed that.
That's a funky placement.
He's got the built-in sling swivel under the FSB, which would have been a much better option.
Yeah, you know, that is a little strange.
Maybe that guy just knows more CQB footwork than you. Who knows?
Yeah,
with the 16-inch barrel.
I have not been
sling on.
Got the special Goobers group tactics.
I have not been practicing my CQB footwork much. So,
I just trip over and let all the grenades fall out of my vest.
That works too.
I'm sorry. Is someone pissing in chat?
Someone's peeing.
That was you.
No, I've been muted. I'd never be a PP boy. No, I
Pissing
swear.
alone. It was a
sink.
Oh my gosh!
It's not a big stain, I swear.
Wow. All right. Heckin' Snake as a 16-inch M556 M4 A1 style build, mag locked for California compliance.
Ooh.
I am sorry, sir. That's
brother.
rough.
Rest
All right,
in
so we got an
peace.
Anderson lower, Mil-Spec lower parts kit, Ambi fire selector, just safety switch, Mil-Spec carbine buffer assembly, H buffer standard carbine spring, B5 stock, B5 grip, AR maglock Gen 4 with black kingpin. I'm gonna pretend I know what those words mean, but I really don't. PSA 16-inch mid-length 5.56 NATO 1.7 phosphate A2 profile classic upper with BCG and charging handle. Cringe. Midwest Industries 2-piece drop and rail. That's actually legit. That's a good rail. A4 carry handle, BFG Vickers sling, Ranger green, Magpul AFG, and 9 rib rail covers. Rib for your pleasure. Built it upon request for a cousin as his first AR and partially his wedding gift in May. Well,
I hope he got married.
As a
to
wedding
someone
gift, huh? Yeah, it's a wedding gift.
I hope it ends in
well, so
divorce.
fixed. Actually, the only thing that I would change on this, realistically, to make this like obviously, you know, it's a little retro, but get rid of the PSA BCG. That's what I would do, unless you know that your cousin just never shoots. But like other than that, I think the rail is good. The FSB looks fine. The clip-on A4, you know, charging handle
Clip-on
isn't
carry
my
handle.
thing. Yeah, clip-on
You
carry
mean
handle. B5
integrated
for
carry.
you know, it's a California build, so I don't know how much you guys are actually shooting it. Looks kind of cool. I don't completely hate it actually. Oh my gosh, what is this? This is maglock stuff for you weirdos out there. And you have some like weird button you press to get it to unlock and then relock.
You have to
every
undo the
time
up
Reno
before
May
you
posts
do-
something
so you
about
can
that.
Drop the mag. You
Right.
actually have to, like,
some of
yeah.
them have like a little button that you push and then it comes apart just a little bit and then you put the new mag in and then you clamp it back down or you like move your wrist to like get it to lock back up. And every time Reno shows that off on his channel, I'm just like,
it's painful.
For all that hassle, I'd
it's
rather
a little
just run
cringe.
an M1 Grand.
We used to be a country.
Yeah, we used to be robots. I'm going to give you the hop 1,000-yard stare for your California build, sir. But thank you very much. Lazy Butt. That's the next
Capture
one.
the screen.
Gone. Back.
Lazy Butt 1990 URG clone-ish. So we have a Sons of Liberty Gunworks 14.5 pin and weld, Sons of Liberty Gunworks BCG, Geisy Mark 16 rail, SSAE trigger, A-tacker on a Badger 1.7 mount. It's a good combo. Badger charging handle, BCM grip, mod light, OKW, Faro M81 padded sling, and a night front and rear sight. You know what? It's pretty clean.
I
It's
just
pretty
sourced the
clean.
Knight's front side. I can't find them anywhere.
Tax swap.
Yeah, that's what Andrew wants. Where'd you get that from? I need to spend $300 on a front sight.
For the cloner
Really?
practice,
You really
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, what lower did he say that he had? Does he not say what lower it was?
I think it's a Soul GW maybe.
Well, it has the button. Is that a Knight's lower?
Yeah, Soul GW has.
Oh, they have the button
like
too.
that.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Noveski has
Yeah,
the button. Knights has that button. It's a common pattern.
They all got the button. No, that's a 100 for you, sir. That's clean. I like it. You know,
Agreed. Very nice.
maybe a red dot on there, but other than that, very clean. Very clean, simple. I like it. All right, and okay, 2 more. Oh gosh.
What?
I
Wow.
have never seen this person before. Ashley Rars.
I think that's a man.
I gotta say,
That's
it is pretty
fake.
cool that people can actually
Probably.
build UMPs.
Wait, so
This one gets the glowy.
AWCY UMP 11.9 with Trilog barrel, silencer co Omega 9K and aimpoint comp M2 in bamboo PA6 girlfriend lime.
Are we
the
cool? Yet
AW
stands
That's
for-
something.
yeah, it's Are we cool?
That
yet.
is more like
That is
more
a
like the
federal
UMP
agent.
911, bro.
Yeah,
Because that
that's
is a
a-
tragedy.
That's a
Sorry.
definite.
This guy
definite
also
bet.
knows what Windows tastes like, and I'm also surprised there's no crayon.
There's a whole building community. It's called Are We Cool Yet? Where you have to basically print something and then submit your entry to get into the chat group to get access to stuff like this.
Yeah, so a little bit of experience. Those guys tend to write really shitty documentation for their projects and then get mad at you
when you fuck up their stuff.
Yeah, and then they're
Yeah.
like, "No, it's your." It's just like, okay, shut up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I was there for about 2 weeks, and and I had a couple of questions for one of the guys, and they were just true assholes. So I was
Bro,
like,
Richard,
all right,
your mic
have
is
fun.
cutting in and out. Richard, you
Arigato,
should.
Mr. Roboto.
He's a robot.
Yeah, Richard, jump out and then jump back in. So, Spartan Trap, is that you, Mitzvah? I think that's what you said.
That Richard guy's gone.
Spartan Trap. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that Richard guy,
so
unbelievable.
mean.
All right, Spartan Trap. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting that when I clicked on the image.
That's something, all right.
I don't hate it weirdly. I want to.
Well,
but
I know
like,
where the seatbelts from my car
Hey
went.
guys, my YouTube name is Mitzvot TV, just in case y'all get to my builds. Hey, we did.
There we go.
M4 build list. So Midwest Industries 2-piece free float handguard, which is good. Filed down so the bayonet can fit. All right. Sig Romeo 4T Pro. Now with a Holosun 503G ACSS. Valve lapping compound ground triggers on both. What?
That's a name.
USGI with lower.
he's just saying he polished his triggers.
Yeah, Magpul stock got changed out for an A1. The sling is my own, 2-inch wide that I hand sewn myself. Oh, so
We can tell.
I mean, honestly, other than the fact that it is super wide with huge,
I think it's Scottish.
buckles, like, yeah, might be with the flag on there, but it is just big. That might be the biggest sling that I've seen today. Magpul MBS Pro rear sight iron on both. SOCOM profile 14.5 on an SBR lower. Streamlight got changed to the 640D dual fuel from Surefire. And then, oh, wait, these are two different belts. I didn't realize they were different. Okay, so same thing, but we got different optics. We got an A1 stock. We still have the huge sling.
And the bayonet.
And the bayonet, of course. And then we go to a LaRue rail, I think. No, Centurion 12-inch 2-piece free flow with a FN 20-inch barrel from PUSA, which is fine. Chrome lined bore, no chamber. Really, they didn't chrome line the chamber?
That's cringe.
What? That's super cringe. Surefire 640 dual fuel basic, but wheels work. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The bayonet thing is always a meme to me. It's always a meme. Somebody does it because it's like a vibe or because they want to like hit something or clone something. But
I sat in a voice chat with someone for a half hour and they were trying to explain to me why they needed a bayonet on their M16A4 for crowd control during shit hit the fan.
Oh,
of course.
Ooh. Oh, okay. So what is this wrap on the rail? Did I miss that?
That's what I was wondering.
Plastic
You got to protect your soft, delicate hands.
You got
That was one of those pump ARs for a second. I was like,
what is
no.
Mitzvot? Just type it in the chat. What is the crackheads there afraid of knives? What is the plastic wrap here? What is that? I've never seen that before.
It does
Is that
look
like a
kind
40
of
or 50 round mag?
It's a 40.
Yeah, it's also the PMAG 40s. Yeah, PMAG 40s.
Hey, John, I think it's the first one is uncircumcised and the second one is circumcised.
Oh,
it adds length.
Sense.
And I mean, the name is suspect. Mitzvah. Come on.
Mitzvah. Oh my god. Okay.
Fact check.
Thank you very much for that. And oh my gosh, Hot Cocoa. Hey, he's on this. He's on this panel. Oh, sorry, I got rid of him. He's on this panel. This is your fault. So we have 1861 and 1863 muskets that are both reproductions. However, I shot both out to several hundred yards on an 8-inch gong. I can fire 3 rounds a minute. 3 RPM. RPM 3. Loads are 500. Loads are 530 grain Burton mini ball with 68 grains of 2F black powder.
Those are words.
You just need to add a Surefire and like an acro on both of those, and you're chilling.
Yeah,
I need the
he's got the sling, just got to get the optic and light
with the
milling out one of these classic firearms to put like an acro on top.
Oh
Hell
gosh,
yeah.
There would be something funny about that.
The reproductive.
Mitzvot TV says
you
that
would
is
legit
the
need like the grenade launcher ladder sight for how much drop these things have.
right. Mitzvot says Manta tack wrap. Forgot to list it. I didn't even know that was a thing. Manta tack wrap. Is it just like a plastic shield? No, but those Cocoa, are those yours?
Yes,
These guys?
both of those are mine. Yep.
Okay. And you just bought them for fun? You like classic rifles, black powder, that sort of thing?
They're a lot of fun to shoot. Vintage Warfare, you need to get on this. This is actually a lot more fun than shooting a Carcano.
$50 for that.
Well,
yeah,
actually,
surprised.
Tell that to
I have a
Lee
couple
Ivy
brothers that are
Oswald,
into. I have a couple brothers that are into black powder shooting, not classic ones, but more like for modern hunting type stuff. But very cool.
$50 for that tack wrap.
All right,
I'm surprised Mac's not shilling it.
Dude. All right, Andy O. The only AR-9 I've ever built that's ran right. Arrow enhanced, upper and rail, arrow lower, Macon armory, dead blow buffer, mag catch, release, barrel, Faxon, news, bolt. All right, so the the enhanced upper receiver set, or the enhanced rail anyways, EPC 9 lower and upper, so that we get the last round bolt hold open. Dead blow buffer in the back, a Romeo 5 on a
I think it's Reptilia.
AF Reptilia. No, because it has the QD. It doesn't say. I don't think it's the Reptilia, but it might be. And yeah, up front we have a TLR 9 or the RM1. That super long mount up there, which is actually fine for what it is. And then I'm not sure if you're suppressing this or not with that break. But I mean, hey, I had an EPC 9 for a long time that ran really well. So I hope that runs well for you too. For a PCC, it's not terrible. Little shorty guy, simple enough. I don't have any problems with that. Cool. Give you the 100.
Short King Summer.
And okay, TJ. All right, yeah, sure. And Richard, your mic is still bad. I don't know what happened.
I have a request. Could we see Logan's build?
We
no,
can,
we
yes. We're nearing 3 hours, and we had to skip like 90% of this. TJ at 14 has a RPK Chad build. PT-1 RPK side folder, Sport 5U handguard, B33 RPK, FP Purse 3, XPS-3 plus G33. That was so many letters and numbers in a row. Alpha safety selector, Surefire RC2, KNS adjustable gas piston, ALG trigger, and the Modlite OKW.
A Kalashnikov pattern rifle I don't immediately hate. That is something.
It looked pretty.
I mean, like this is actually they drop the front handguard low enough to where you can actually still use the iron sights. I'm pretty sure like that looks basically in line. Pretty clean. I'm sure it's heavy like a pig.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's an RPK.
But I mean, you got EOTech. Yeah. Where bipod? Where bipod?
I agree. Where bipod? That thing could probably.
Bipod need.
Yeah.
I want that
especially for you need a tall one for the long max. Wait, so what caliber is this? 5.45?
That would be 5.45.
Yeah, looks like 5.45. And then EOTech and a magnifier on a dog leg. One of the rail dust covers. Chill.
I like it.
I don't. Yeah.
That looks like it'd be fun.
I like the spray paint job as well.
Also, yeah, the spray paint doesn't clip. I wouldn't want to walk around with it, but I would probably enjoy shooting it.
Thing looks extremely front heavy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, considering it's 10 pounds with the rail with nothing on it. Yeah, the full RC2. What light was that again? That was the
Look at that
Purse 3
flashlight though. That flashlight looks like it's sagging real bad.
Oh, over here. Yeah, well, not everything can be straight on an AK. Something is going to be out of whack.
I've got a picture from, I think it was the 2022 Primary Arms Range Day. Cloud had their lights on display on Steyr guns, and the rain that they had on the AUG was pointed like 20 degrees down. Like if you were shooting at 1,000 yards, it was probably just the right angle to where the light was in line with where the trajectory of the bullets would be. It was hilarious.
I think the whole rail's crooked. Okay. Is my mic any better, or is it still fucked?
You sound better.
There you go. Much better. Boom, yo. Okay, here we go. So a Crane K. So this is also Munition Works. Is that a paint job or a wrap job? Because
I think that's paint.
You did a pretty damn good job there.
You can do some.
I think it's stickers.
The EOTech is definitely
either way. It looks
good.
good.
The rest of it's paint.
Yeah, that's stickers and that's stickers for sure, because you can just get kits for those. But if you painted your rifle like that, that's good.
Good.
So this is a build that I probably see a lot. So we have a EOTech combo, red dot magnifier, holographic magnifier. We got the DT stock in the back. Cool. Again, I need to get one of those. Ambi lower, some sort of magwell on there. Nice. CMT rail, which is fine. The magpole covers, which are the best covers. Dual fuel body. And then looks like we have a M6TR up top, the laser speed one, which is a good laser. And then an RC2. Length looks like a 12.5 or maybe a 14.5. Definitely a mid-length gun. Very workable, probably about 10 to 11 pounds. But I like it. I would definitely run that. It's a cool setup.
Heck yeah.
Very nice.
Looks slick.
And the last one I think is Chuck McGill 69, unless we have to look at Logan's. Criterion lightweight 5.56 barrel, 16-inch, 15-inch Midwest Industries G4 rail, FN upper, BCM BCG, H3 buffer from BCM, YHM suppressor gas block. Oh, that's actually a really good tool, especially when you're combining with an Otter Creek Lab Polonium K. Arrow lower, K2 rear grip, Schmidt trigger, Trijicon TA01 with RMR piggyback, Radiant Raptor SD, Protec HLX, VFG, Magpul VFG, and a BFG padded sling, but he forgot to take more pictures. All right.
Not bad.
So yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like about this version of the 4X ACOG is how far back and high that the RMR sits versus the TA02, I think is the number, where it sits in front of the elevation, and it's just a little bit more ergonomic. But no, overall, you're missing do you not have a dust cover, or did you just not want it on the gun?
Don't need one, man. Just auto cleaning system. You just put a little bit of lube.
That's what's impressive about this. The most impressive thing about
the can
this
of
whole
air
entire
in the
photo.
background.
No, not the can of air. He's got a keg refrigerator with a tap, dude. He's got a tapped
the
keg
kegerator.
Oh,
dude.
Bro, that is
nice.
It's called a kegerator.
That is
the gun
also underneath.
Yes.
Did he
Gun is
throw
just
it and
floating.
take the picture? No, it's sitting on something, but very funny.
That's awesome.
The one thing about this build that actually does make a lot of sense is that the Polonium K with the suppressor gas block is a very clean combo with no adjustable parts, nothing like that, and it's going to reduce a lot of that gas coming back. So that's actually a good setup. Yep. Not my favorite handguard, but other than that, man, heck yeah.
Mine should be a bit
Very
below
cool.
this.
You're actually, the people complaining about 16-inch ARs with LPVOs, like, what a one to end on. So Logan Sucks at Shooting has a Tactical Innovations T15 BDX lower. Never heard of that.
That's where I work.
MBT2S trigger. Oh, okay, very nice. MBT2S trigger, Mo grip, CTR stock, BCM Mark 1 large ambi charging handle, BCM BCG, all good. Mark 2 BHF 16-inch mid-length enhanced lightweight barrel, complete upper receiver group with MCMR 15-inch handguard. The Mark II uppers I do like a lot. I wish they would sell those separately.
That would be really nice.
The Warren QD XL cantilever mount, which is a good mount, and the Trijicon Credo, which is Hop's favorite LPVO, supposedly. Protec HLX, good. Blue Force gear, Vickers padded sling, and the Aeronox foregrip. I got it for free. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's that small little stubby thing there.
Yeah, I've seen those around, and I do like the looks of it.
Yeah,
and
it's like 60 bucks or something like that. It's not worth that much. I just get like the BCM one or chop a Magpul one.
The CAG is 15. The BCM CAG is $15. I just always go with those. So you have the tape switch on there with the rubbers and with the zip ties. Yeah, just to make sure that thing doesn't move. I mean, that's how I try to do most of mine, or some sort of wrap additional to the rubbers on there. And the Trijicon Credo, which reticle do you have in that?
It's just the red reticle, the BDC.
Okay, so just BDC.
Yeah,
Quantum is
all
going
it shoots
to
at 193. I know. I already had a conversation with him about BDC.
Do you shoot this in 2-gun at all?
Yes, that's the rifle I use.
How do you like it for that?
It run fine. I think maybe a red dot magnifier would be potentially better, but I've been happy with it though.
Well, what distances do your comps usually go out to?
I'm not too far. The one I go to, we have one long range bay that we use, and sometimes we'll toss a target out at like max we have is like 400, 450. We'll occasionally throw a target out there, but most it's usually between 150, 200 at most. So
Okay,
not
gotcha.
too far.
Kitty.
And then yes,
Yeah, and
had a
the
photobomb
kitty.
by the cat.
That's very good. Very nice. And then of course you got your your gamer rig, your staccato.
Yes,
What is
sir.
this? This is the staccato P.
Yes, sir.
With all your fancy schmancy holsters and your angled mags. Very nice.
Mr. John, I
Competition
implore
card.
you.
We do have 2 left. We have Spaz, and
my
then there
gosh.
was one other
Oh, God,
super
no.
chat that I missed. But Spaz sent you a DM for his, and the last one is the very
Yeah,
last,
me.
the very
There you go.
last one. Yep, right there.
Spaz. You make
This is my
I hate
M16A1.
it. It's
There
terrible.
are many other
It
like
doesn't
it,
even
but
check the
this one is
boxes.
mine.
No white light. Like, bro,
Spaz.
put some fucking socks on, dude. Like,
There's another side to it as well.
Are you kidding me?
Block.
I can't put these in my DM. Unbelievable.
Nice toes.
Thank you.
Right.
I grew them myself.
Next
See,
time
that
we-
magazine's very cool because it's marked military/EL, so I could sell it on tax swap for $80.
you are gay.
Yeah. Property of U.S. government. Nice.
Yeah.
Palmetto's
other
will
Nick's rifle. Yeah, the one he's
Which
got
one?
with the gigantic mag light on it.
I would never, dude. This
I don't
rifle
think I've
is
seen that
very simple.
I'll
and
have
it
him
works
submit
very
it for
well.
the next time because it's hilarious.
Yeah, the very last one in the Discord, the very last DM, or not DM, but the last tag.
Shoot, I have to go in there. Okay, and then so Chuck McGill, we did that one, and then Shoot a J, and then what about Nate Train? Did we get Nate Train?
I didn't see Nate Train. I will find it real quick.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir. So we got Shooty J has a Flux Defense 365 chassis, Holosun EPS carry,
Those things are
Tomoe
cool.
green, very nice. Fuse slide and FCU, true precision for 5-inch barrel with threads. Streamlight TLR7 sub HLX, Antimatter Industries micro wing. So let's look at this thing.
That looks slick.
Man, that
That's
looks
great
like
things
the
about the
RoboCop
365
gun.
fluxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially
The
when
only
you get them,
reason-
you get the full grip, you get the longer barrel on there with when you put them in this kit.
At this point, why not get like a USWA1?
Because these come with a holster. Like you can order it with a holster, and it's
The USWA1 comes with a
Can actually
holster.
carry
Sure, it's
it.
not a concealment
It
holster,
does?
but it's a holster. Yeah, the USWA1.
Oh
comes
no,
with a
this one's
holster.
this is a fully concealable IWB.
They have an appendix holster for this thing.
That's so goofy.
Yeah,
But it's awesome.
it is.
I don't usually like SIG things, but this is like the one saving grace is that it's a 365, not a 320.
Right.
Yeah, this is the only one that I
don't
was
hate the setup
interested in.
at all. Especially now that they have the new what do they offer, like 21 round factory max?
Yep.
For these guys now.
Yeah.
I still just wish they made a Glock one.
But I do have to say, the price of these things is insane.
It's atrocious.
Insane. Arrow, did we?
Yeah, it's like
did we miss
$700
Lost Arrow?
Did we miss
No,
Lost
it's more than
Arrow?
that,
I'm
isn't it?
sorry.
Isn't it like 1,200?
No,
or
just
something?
I don't think it's
Just-
1200. No.
I think just the chassis for that one is over 1,000. Let me get Lost Arrow.
I'd have to look into that because I think these guys. Your Mike's doing that thing again. I think it is terribly expensive. Mike Mo ready for $5 says, I feel like LPVO mounts are harder to choose than the scope. Go reputable brand and don't overthink it. ? So Warn is a good one. They have different heights. They have offset mounts, and then the other one that I go with is the new primary arm SLX mounts because they also come with top rings for an RMR. And they're not particularly expensive. So the new primary arms SLX and Warn are my personal go-to inexpensive scope mounts. You can always buy more expensive ones, but those are the two that I personally choose most of the time. Thank you for the 49. Yeah, and shout out to those are $1,000.
That's a good mic there, John.
I died.
Well,
Yeah,
while
Mike
he's
is
roboting,
robotic.
buy out and shill the money, get a spur mount. Spur mounts on LPVOs are gangster.
Yep, John's mic is dead, and so is mine.
If they're in stock, you could probably
Rest in
also
piss.
grab a Geisley LPVO mount during the Easter sale coming up.
The Geisley mounts are pretty cool.
Richard, your mic was fine when you just talked.
Yeah, mine's in or out. I don't understand why.
And now it's out.
So intermittent.
I think we may have lost Mr. Focus.
Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching
You know
the
what?
video and looking at my feet.
Look at me. I am
I will,
captain now. I am captain now.
I will.
we
I
own the
will run
stream
the
now.
streams. I'm officially in charge. You guys are all gone. Bye.
Bye. Have a good day, guys.
You just
I'm
deported
really
us.
disappointed. Nobody noticed I changed shirt colors like 6 times during the stream.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
They didn't notice that I wasn't wearing pants either.
Oh, right, all right.
Well, on that note,
His internet
this was stupid. This was a waste of time. Everyone came on the internet seeking for validation for their rifles, and I think a lot of people got validation. A lot of people got shit on. Shoot your gun, have fun, and
be on the run.
I don't know, be gay, do crime or something. I don't know.
Get out the train, get
I
better.
accomplished my goal in making everyone look at muzzle loaders for at least 30 seconds. So
I'd call that a win. You guys have anything you want to say before we get out? I'm not sure if John's going to be coming back, but I figure we can go ahead and kind of start to wrap things up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Over 3 hours now.
I already said my piece. Next.
Coco?
Get out, train, get better.
I have a YouTube channel that's dog shit. It's horrible. Don't check it out.
Yeah, definitely don't go subscribe to Spaz.
Don't ever on your life, you know.
It would be a horrible, horrible thing if you went and subscribed to Spaz.
Thank you, Richard. Oh, our father, Dad!
No,
he's actually still immature.
No,
Not
he's
really
frozen. He came back and he
No
froze
face cam.
immediately.
There it is.
He's back.
Am I back? Hello,
Nope.
hello.
Nope, you're
He's
still
back
frozen.
now.
You are kind of back.
Well, you're
a little laggy, but
you wanted to make
you're clear.
make sure we weren't going to prematurely shoot you because you were doing the hands up, don't shoot still frame.
Wait.
I wish I had a shotgun boom on the soundboard. I need to add one.
That would be funny.
Richard tried to take over the stream. He forced us at gunpoint.
Yeah,
He said,
Fokker says
"Start
he's
doing
powered the hamster. Yes, I am back.
Echoing.
Okay, I am very sorry. Am I echoing? Am I bad?
No,
Nope,
you're good.
you're good.
No, you're perfect, man.
I appreciate the dedication of you bringing an
Aw.
entire freaking desktop to your hotel.
That's right. All right. So now that we're back, because I had to leave the studio. I had to close down my browser. My browser completely crashed.
Oof.
From too much cringe. But we are back with the last one, which is Nay to Rain, MRE rail, 13.9 H-bar barrel, Geisley stuff, and an SRO.
That's something.
It checks the boxes.
It does check the boxes. It does indeed. It's just one of those things where I look at it and I just ask why.
Yeah.
What's that? So I know exactly what mount that is for the front side post because I have the same exact one. It came on a pawn shop gun that I, to fucking tried to rehabilitate. But the question is that QD mount on the stock. I would like to know very much what it is.
It is a rear end plate cap that goes underneath of your castle nut that has two QD mounts on one on either side. They are atrocious. They suck to use. They are probably worse than the one that just has the little D-ring clip underneath of the stock. I would have to say that these are probably worse than that. Yeah.
Really? Because with my stock that was featured, I drilled 2 holes and put a QD on the end of my M16A1.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it that way.
It works that way.
Now,
sorry.
No, just the one question that I have is: so you have a clip-on carry handle, and you still chose to put the SRO in front of it instead of just nixing the carry handle.
It's the
'Cause
vibes.
It's not like it's integrated.
Hey,
it's
if
the
it's
vibes.
good enough for kneecapping kids and got.
Hold on though. Could he not put the carry handle where the dot is and it achieved the same effect?
And
That's
it'd be
a good
even
point.
better because
no,
it'd
you
stay
know what
perfectly in
they
line.
need to do is that with the have you guys seen the ones where they put the prisms on a low mount and then they put the tall scalar works red dot in front so that they can look through the mount?
Yeah,
that's what they should do. That's what they should do.
Gooseneck.
No, but honestly,
I think you just need to Hydra mount on the front.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. So it overlooks the front sight.
Yes.
No, what the correct solution here is you mill off the rear side aperture and you get a direct mount plate for a RMRCC.
Yeah, on the clip-on carry handle, you mill the. Yeah, I like it.
You mill the sight off.
I love it.
Top Cat individuality. Finally,
My rifle's unique, like me.
Yeah, very unique. Very me. Very me. Very. I mean, it's cool in like all the weird ways because it's like you have a nice new polonium suppressor with the worst mounting system imaginable. You
I wonder if that's is that the chemo system one?
That's the chemo system. Yeah.
I wonder if he bought that after they stopped doing warranty repairs.
All right. That's just lots. There's lots going on here. Yeah. I don't know, man. I would shoot this as a meme, but I would not enjoy it. I'd be like, I'm doing this in protest.
Now, would you rather have this rifle in a combat situation or the one we started the stream off with the PU scope?
Oh,
I'll take the PU scope.
No, I think I would choose this one because the weight's the same, but actually this one has a suppressor on it with a better trigger.
It checks all the boxes.
But I might prefer the red dot. Yeah, I might prefer the red dot over the PU scope. Although to magnification, it depends where you're shooting. Magnification can be king. Yeah, I might actually. I reverse my decision. I go with the PU scope.
Join us.
Now someone needs to take whoever has that PU scope. You need to get a ring mount for it so you can put a red dot on top of it.
You actually could do that pretty easy because it's just like 2 clamps.
I think he's onto something here.
That is actually a good idea. I might put an offset mount on there just for the heck of it. Oh.
Eastern Bloc.
Oh well.
Mod.
Okay, so that is it actually, right? Everybody that's here currently still watching, I am very sorry to the hundreds of you that we did not. My gosh, that we did not review your rifle, but I am pretty sure that is it. That is all that we got.
I tried to get all of them. I was watching chat and looking for any name that popped up, and I think I got all of them, even the ones who had to spend an extra couple bucks on a super chat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's just how it goes. If you were here, if you're commenting in chat or a super chat, will guarantee you because that way there we can actually see it. HSB Snake, which I think we looked at yours for 109, says, "Can I bribe to be reviewed?" Username Heckin Snake. Yes, we did look at yours. MMac 1134. Discord name Hunter Biden's crack pipe. Did we look at that one?
We did. We did. I remember.
I thought we did.
We did.
Hunter Biden. Why don't I see it in here?
I didn't tag it. I thought we got to it beforehand.
I have to look. Let me make sure. Because I feel really bad. If he
stop the count.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Rewind the tape.
I got it.
Oh wait, no. Was this one? Oh,
okay.
We did not look at this one though. Not this one.
No, we didn't.
Okay, we will look at this. Yes, we will look at this, sir.
Is that a monopod on the front?
No, so it's another 545 with a side rail mount with the primary arms micro magnifier flipped to the left side. EOTech XPS something. Laser speed M6TR on a mod button light switch. And then we have a Z-Bolt Blazer light on the bottom, which is what I have right here. Just clamped to the bottom, and then some sort of flash can at the end. Okay, so what is the point of this angled foregrip thingy that blocks your access to the light?
Right there.
It's a barrier stop for when you just want that specific barrier to be right there.
But
honestly, I think this guy was just trying to maximize snag hazards.
Right? How can I make this as Also, did he drill a QD point in the back of his stock on his buffer tube adapter?
I've seen this before.
Funny.
I feel like that's
and he's got the QD mounts right on the stock.
Yeah, I think that's integrated.
It's right there too. It's on the wrong. I don't know. That's strange.
Russian technology. Do not question.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is height over bore maximizing because I think you're at about 5 inches.
It's quite a ways.
Yeah, that's pretty tall. But yeah, the gas tube is probably the best place to mount your laser, right? It's a good laser. It's a good light. I don't know how you access the light. Yeah. I don't know how you access the light, but it is there. So
the thought that counts.
You have a cleaning rod, but no way to access it with the muzzle device that's on it. Yeah.
And
What
to
a
be fair, that
strange
cleaning
little
rod is the
guy.
only thing keeping that muzzle brake on there because it's not.
Oh yeah,
worked
it
on
actually
there.
times with it. Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, and Mac, thank you for the 199, and thank you for making us look at that. Mitzvot says,
Yeah, I'm
this
sorry I
morning is
missed
Smart
it.
Chip. Well, no, you're good. I looked at that. Lazy Butt 1990. We definitely looked at that one, right? Lazy Butt?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar.
That was one of the ones that I tagged you in.
Yeah, I'm just making sure just so we don't miss any. Nady Train, we did look at Nady Trains. Mitzvot for 109 says, Richard didn't tag mine. Mine was under Heckin' Snake. We did look at that. Shoot for $5 says, y'all gotta peep the Flux setup. I need to know that I've done good for my PDW Overlord Brass Facts. Shoot a J.
It was
Yes,
great.
we did look at that. Thank you very much for that. Good.
Oh, I
Good setup.
understand what happened now. They were putting them in build loadouts instead of build review because you closed the channel out. That's why.
Oh, I see.
Silly
Yeah,
boys.
Well, I made it private. Thomas Judkins says, I don't think mine got tagged either under TJed14. Thank you for the $2. Boom Yo, we looked at that one, wasn't tagged, so here's money. We did get to that. Thank you, sir. Chuck McGill, do mine, please. Same name. We did. HSB Snake guy with the Maglock M4. Thanks for the roast. Cousin requested. Oh, okay, yeah, I know you. Thanks for the roast. Cousin requested the carry handle, and yeah, I doubt if he'll shoot it more than 5 times a year. If he does, oops, I'll upgrade his upper to a BCM. Well, you don't even need to upgrade the upper, just the bolt carrier group, just to make sure it doesn't crap out on him. Other than that, I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, it looks fine. You know, the California stuff, I just always feel bad that you guys have to deal with that and go through that. It just sucks, man. Nady Train says, Nady Train MRE build. I think we looked at that. Pinochet for $10 says, good soup, especially the builds that made people hurt a little on the inside. Yeah, the cringe. The cringe is why we're here. So thank you very much for the $10.
That individual is a helicopter guy. Does he have a channel? You've mentioned it a couple times, and now he has like drone swarms that he sends on to people.
Are you familiar with Mr. Pinochet?
I'm not. I need lore.
Mr. Pinochet was a fascist dictator in the 70s, and he was very famous for giving communists helicopter rides, one-way helicopter rides.
They did not make
it.
Oh.
The modern Pinochet uses drones, though. So fresh Pinochet. So if you're not familiar with Mr.
Got
Pinochet.
it. Okay. I'm gonna look up a YouTube video that's probably like
That's
2
why-
hours long describing that.
That's
entire
why
event.
I always say I was a big fan of Mr. Pinochet's helicopter rides in the back in the
Helicopter
day. Good times.
tours, some of the best.
Mitzvah TV for $199. VTAC sling adapters is what I run on my A1 stocks. Yes. All right.
VTAC.
Well, that brings us to the end of yet another. Thank you for the kind words. You're welcome, Pinochet. I appreciate you. Appreciate all you did for your people and whatnot, even if they didn't appreciate you at the time. Honestly, I think you were underrated in your time. Let me see if I can pull this up before we get out of here. Richard, how do you think that went?
I think it went wonderful. Looking forward to the next one in 6 months.
Honestly, I think that we have to put apart, we ought to do this on a year-long anniversary or something, because it's like 6 to 12 hours worth of content. It's an absolutely insane amount to actually get through. But let me post the Discord link in chat because you asked for it. So anybody who's still hanging around and doesn't have it, there it is for you.
More members.
Good luck.
More members.
That's right. LARP. What do you got to say before we get out of here?
I said it before when you crashed, but I'll just say it again to reiterate. I hope everyone that came here tonight looking for validation didn't get any. I hope you got. I hope your copium reserves are full, so that way you can survive for a good while. Realistically, as long as you check the 3 boxes and shoot enough, who cares what strangers on the internet think about your gun? But there was some of you with the crayons on the wall in the background, seek help.
Seek help.
Other than that, God bless America.
Heck yeah. Spaz.
I'm tired, boss. And over time, we'll go towards the videos that will be made in the future. I can't talk, dude. I'm fucking tired, man.
Well, yeah, you're
Get
supposed to have a video. You're supposed to have a video out 3 days ago, and it has not been delivered. So your paycheck is getting halved.
I'm being tutored from like e-boys on the fucking internet on how to use editing software. I'm like watching YouTube videos. I'm like, no, I need hands-on experience. I need someone to look at this and tell me, yes, this is how it works. I created a bit already with, if you guys are familiar with the film Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, the very long shot out where he's running towards a single knight. Keeps going back and forth.
Yeah,
where he gets up and stabs
I'm not familiar with it. Is it a documentary?
Yeah, it's a real life event that happened. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to reiterate, I hate you a lot.
It's okay, Larv.
Oh, I forgot. That's right. That's what you came on that episode just to roast him. Randy Reviews says Half-Life 3 will be up before your video, Spaz.
He's probably.
Yeah. HSP Snake for 49 says, oh, the PSA bolt might explain the double feeds and FTE issues. What's PSA? What do you expect? I might have a spare toolcraft I'll put in there. Thanks again. Well, glad to help. I hope that does fix your issues. And if you keep having issues, just message me and I'll see if I can work you through it. Appreciate it. Jake, Mr. Halo Champ, how's it going? Actually, wait a second. Didn't you lose every MCC game we played the other day?
So kind of, but I did actually finish top of the team one round, so I felt really good about myself. But yeah, in closing, this was fun. We saw lots of rifles that were very much rifles. Yeah, it was good. Good time being on here, hanging out with the boys. And yeah, rest in peace, George Floyd.
All right, Logan.
Yeah, get out there, get training, touch grass.
Sir, a second knee has hit the neck. Kakoa, what do you got for tonight?
Go on Amazon and spend a grand total of $20 on a Sawyer kit and some iodine tablets. So when the next weird event happens that poisons all your water, you can not die. And iodine tablets are cool.
Well, Asian Massage Review says, holy crap, this is still on? Well, you should be used to, long services.
Happy ending.
Yeah,
Massage Reviewer.
Speaking of that, I'm going to have like 36 hours on the clock when I clock in tomorrow. Good times.
Bro. Oof. Well, good luck with that, homie. Rough. Richard, what do you got for us before we get out of
here? Hopefully I'll be getting around to putting out some clips this week. I've been working my ass off with my normal job, plus spending any extra time I have doing carpentry and concrete work for my parents. So it's been a rough couple weeks, but I should have something out for you guys here within the next couple of days, and stay tuned because there will be some original content coming.
Very nice. Awesome. Well, yeah, we should have some more stuff this week. I'll obviously be actually back home next week rather than sitting here with the jank setup. So we'll actually have some real videos on the way. Tomorrow, there'll be another video on the Gun.Deals channel. Well, that's where most of my reviews get posted now. So if you want to check that out, go ahead and do so. And yeah, thank you to everyone who submitted to your builds. Thank you for everybody for supporting, for hanging out, for chatting, and for being relatively good human beings. We appreciate that. So go out, actually use your stuff because that's what's really important. And we will all see you in the next one. So thank you very much. Have a good night and God bless.
Good night, guys.
God bless.
Vape Nation.